We're the moms who ask the questions, digging deep, no second guessing. From the school run to the crime scene, truth and chaos, we're the dream team. Bad Kids Club, yeah, we ride or die. Sad eyes sharp and our standards high. Brought together by FKR, now we're taking truth real far. And we're just getting started. Talk time with Amy, Boston, and Kelly, spilling facts that hit your belly. Partners in crime, fueled by conviction. Moms on a mission with sharp intuition. Talk time, we're calling out lies with caffeine, chaos, and side-eye vibes. It's raw, it's real, it's how we vent. Leaning close, let the reckoning commence. This is Talk Time with Amy, Boston, and Kelly, where the tea is hot and the truth cuts.
Hello, 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 Danny. Hi. It's just me right now. I think Amy is going to join me. I know she's finishing her vacation. So I was going to actually try to figure out how to message you because I wanted to get with you about what you were asking us to look at. So I needed to go figure out where to go look because I did not know where I was going. Oh, I have a friend that came on. Hold on. Hi.
Good morning.
You did wake up for me.
Well, I'm up.
I just figured I'd send it just in case, but I didn't know if you were going to be up.
Well,
I like your hat.
well, it's given to me by one of my mods. So
this is Grifter? Yeah.
it's my Grifter merch, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, not my merch because this is a one.
You have Grifter merch? Because if you do, I'm going to have to get some.
Yeah, I have Grifter.
I'm going to have to get some because that's like amazing.
I think I made it when Plevin started calling me a grifter. I started making Grifter merch.
Well, this is my shirt today for Plevin.
So what's up? Are
Um,
you enjoying all the stupid drama going down? And
yeah, so did you see Aiden's newest post?
what is it about?
A free Karen reader who's scamming people by selling shirts and was supposed to be donating like half the stuff. Here, I'll bring it up. So it's supposed to be donating like half the stuff to Karen Reed's Defense Fund and Turtle Boys, and apparently she hasn't been doing that, and he called her out on it. So yeah,
There's the checks in the mail.
she's like, he told her to stop doing it, and she said what did she say? She said that he had to show her the trademark and then she would stop doing it. But then she kept saying she would stop selling the shirts and that she only sold 4. And it's not even, I mean, so she is this girl. It says, meet Donna Marie.
Can
I can make it bigger.
Yeah, it's just to be that annoying. Hey, did you know I'm actually a professional grifter? Just control and scroll forward.
Control and scroll forward.
Yeah, hold control down while you're scrolling forward and you'll embiggen.
There we go. All right. So he said, meet Donna Marie Salvato, a boomer from New Jersey who's never come to a single protest or court hearing for Karen Reed, but has monetized extensively by selling hundreds of overpriced hats and shirts. And she's been lying to people for months about donating half of her profits to the Karen Reed Legal Defense Fund. And hi, baby. It says, let's see, she got a card there. Says, and lying about donating to mine to get people to buy her crap. I asked her to stop selling Crowd Daddy merch, which my name and likeness on them, and she responded by calling the cops and threatening her imaginary lawyer on me. So yeah, she's a pretty one, let me tell you. Um,
Can I ask for something, and it might be out of your power?
but I'll do whatever I can.
Could people fucking stop?
I can't control them. I would do. I mean, like if I can make it happen, I so would make it happen, Baker. But like,
I'm the guy who monetizes Krusty shitting on LG,
I know I watched your video this morning. I was dying laughing.
but I don't know what if it's because there's nothing going on and people can't switch because they're afraid they're gonna lose their audience. Because hey, let's be honest, us grifters amongst each other, yeah, there was money in Karen Reed, um, because you got super chats, you had big shows when you had guests on, and all of
Right.
that. And people kind of gets afraid to move on from it, but you can't keep going back to that well. Right next to that well is a well that's always full, and that's the drama well.
Yeah.
So you can always swing by that one, and then you can start saying, well, did you know Sally, she's a, oh, are you monetized?
No, you can say whatever you want.
No, you have a monetization logo next to your channel. So
Well, we don't have super chats or anything on. We have memberships for people if they want them because they were asking for them, but we don't want them. We don't want to monetize because we don't want to. For us, it was just fun, and I feel like every time there's money involved, especially with 2 or more people, it gets kind of like weird. You know what I mean?
I don't know what way I'm pointing, but like this.
Yeah. Here we go with that. It gets weird if you have 2 or more people, and it's like we don't want to change what we have as our friendship as because there's money involved in it either. So
No, and you'll have to have the ironclad
yeah,
because it goes into this one's account and they're going to pay the taxes. There's a lot of people out there who think that YouTube money is what you see on the screen. And uh, I am the first to admit I have been blessed beyond any reasonable. But people forget when they see a $10 super chat, I'll get around $4 out of that one
yeah,
because
because
I'll have.
they keep 40%.
Well, that's what we pay to be able to stream on this platform. That's
Okay,
I never had any. I know a lot of people are going, "Hey, Venmo me because they take 40%." No, you pay 40% because they'll let you stream. If YouTube wasn't here, where were you streaming?
right.
But I then have to pay 42% tax on what's left of it. So
Oh,
if they
okay.
take 40%, we're at 60%. Then I have to pay 42% of the 60%. So I'll clock out at just around $4 on a $10 super chat. So I
Yeah,
can see if you're 2 and you have to pay the taxes or she has to pay the taxes, should that then
we'll see, and
be
it would all go.
compensated?
I guess with the way YouTube it works with the YouTube money situation, whatever company that is, I don't remember the name of it, but because it's all on Amy's YouTube. So it's
Yeah.
actually her YouTube page. I have a YouTube page and I tell people to go over there and they can like it and stuff, but we don't stream on mine. We used to, but it would literally get zero views. And there's no
Yeah.
reason to stream on it. If we're both over here, we just stream on my ex and her YouTube. And then that way we can have fun and hang out with whoever. And honestly, like I don't want it would have to go to her bank account and then she would have to be like, okay, I got this amount and then show receipts. And I don't want that. Like
No.
to me, then it becomes a business and I'm not in the mood to start a business with a friend. I want to keep my friendship. Like I've always said, and I said it to my husband, if it came between YouTube and my friendship, YouTube can go away. I'll keep my friendship before YouTube.
And then you'll have that where are you today? Well, I'm on vacation with my family. Yeah, we have a show.
Yeah.
Yep, but it's just fun. Yeah, but last month we made $50 and I need those $50.
Yeah.
So
And honestly, and Amy, like last week I was sick, and so she did it by herself with you, And this week, it's her last day of vacation. She said she was going to come on, but she's probably just finishing up at the, they're at the lake house. So they're probably just finishing up nighttime activities, dinner and stuff. So I was like, I figure she'd come in later, but I didn't. I told her, I said, we're a team. We do it together. I do it or you do it. So like during the day when we stream, I'm the one that's streaming from my house because I'm home. The only time I have to go anywhere is to my doctor's appointments or take my kids, Liam, to the doctor because my son has cancer and stuff. But or I take him to school. But other than that, I'm home at the house. So I just stream. Like I was streaming the other day and I literally left my computer on, took my phone, watched YouTube on my phone, was commenting on my phone or logged into StreamYard through my phone to talk to people while I drove to get Declan, came home, went to the DMV with my older son, Connor, came back and still was streaming. And I still had an hour left. I was like, I did all of that. And I took all of you guys with me and nobody even knew they sitting at home just streaming it. So
only thing, remember that when you leave, instead of leaving the screen up so you're just showing court, leave the picture in picture, because YouTube don't like restreamers. Restreamers is someone who just puts on someone else's show.
So leave like with our name on it and stuff.
Do the
or myself, like with us, like,
just this one, and just keep you as an avatar in the corner, so it doesn't, because I had the problem. Well, I didn't, because I'm the king grifter, but Valhalla had the problem last year when we were in. We were just about to go to Tennessee, or I was in Tennessee, and he had been demonetized for restreaming content, and he was, what the hell? I'm on your stream every day, but it's because it's my feed in, and the screen looks exactly the same as me. So they thought, hey, he's not doing anything. But if you just put up Court TV, even though you put your watermark on top of it, they will potentially strike. Could potentially strike you. And they did it with another channel who just had like 3 trials running at the same time on different channels.
Right.
Never really did commentary during the day because they were working. Boom. Noodle, I am tired. I've slept an hour and a half, and I have a massage tomorrow at 2:30 your time. So
look at all my girls and coming in here. Hi Noodles, nice to see you. Hi Dog Mom, Calypso.
I am the king grifter. I have a hat and everything.
He is the king. Look at this. Look at that hat. That's a cool hat though. I have to admit that hat looks it's pretty sharp. I'm not gonna lie.
I've been looking for, because I use that spring store, and I find the quality is very, sometimes it's not that good. Some of it, you can buy my mug at my store. See, grifting.
I'll buy one. I'll get one.
But I feel the quality can be very up and down. I have a hoodie I really love, and then I have some t-shirts that you wash them 3 times and they're not good.
Yeah.
So I was trying to. I've been doing that for a long time, talking to someone in America who could handle doing like maybe limited runs of prints, and they could, because I never ever taken a cent out of my merch sale. I just have the spring store because, hey, it's kind of cool, and I don't look at it. I don't know if I sell anything on it, but whenever I need something printed, so I can order samples. But sorry,
Noodles asked me how come her rain account is blocked. I don't know. I have no idea.
Maybe a mod have hit something in
the by accident. Yeah, I'll have Amy look at it. I can't do anything from here. I have to go back to another stream and look at it. Yeah, and we're known to do that. I did it all the time. Half the time Amy's fixing what I messed up, or Mark is fixing what she messed up. So we just need to.
Yeah, it happened. I have one person who writes comments, and I can never see them in my chat, and I don't know why. Maybe they block me, but they post comments on my videos, I can see them after, can never see them doing live streams. And I have looked in every blog list, the one on the YouTube, the one in my Google account, nothing shows up. So I don't know. Maybe they blocked me, but still
Yeah, I
forgot they
just,
blocked me, or I don't know.
and sometimes like they took our memberships away for no reason. Like all of a sudden, had Amy have to fix something in the background, so memberships went away, and then like subscribers go away. It's constant, and I don't know if you noticed. It's on yours, and I know experts is like that. It doesn't even show our regular names anymore. It just shows our @ names, and I don't know if there's a way that you guys can change that or not.
No. It's apparently because they wanted to try it out as an anti-bullying thing.
Okay.
So, but when I look at your chat, you have the names on whatever channel we're on. I see the names. On my channel, I'll see the ad, this and that, but it's an anti-bullying. It's effing annoying, and everyone come in every day saying, "Oh, you haven't fixed. I can't fix anything." Yeah, but I was on this channel. I can't do anything.
Yeah, I can't, and I don't have access to the YouTube portion of it, so I can't. You know what I mean? Like Amy has, everyone's like, "Kelly, go fix it." I'm like, all I have access to is StreamYard. Amy does all the background stuff for her YouTube. I don't go into her YouTube stuff. So.
And that lazy woman just takes a vacay.
I know. What's up with that? She's just like,
at least you played sick because you didn't want to stream with me. That's
I was sick. I was sleeping. You guys heard when I woke up. I literally jumped on stream as soon as I woke. I know you don't believe me. I was whatever. No, I just my allergies have been rad too. I haven't had my medication. I had to fight with my doctor to get my allergy meds. Donovan's here. So you got a massage, Baker, huh?
I get one in the morning. Yeah, I go to
when I to move your fat.
Well, it's a strongman gym, so because I have my 2 herniated discs, so I need it because I have very low. My nerves doesn't work that well, so I can't feel pain, and I'll walk around with massive. Just my muscles have seized up, and I can't feel it, and feel, oh, everything's good, and then 2 days later I can't walk and stuff like that. So I need that. And I used to go to just one of those. Oh, you're gonna full body massage. Oh, it's so nice, and it didn't do shit. It just took the tension away, and then it would be bad the next day. And someone said, "Try this lady," and she cost. I don't know what her deal is with the IRS. She figured that out herself, but she's very reasonable priced. Probably like 50% of what I paid for the other masseuse, and we'll only do like my back or my shoulders or my legs for 25 minutes, and you'll feel like an open wound when you're done. But oh my god, she hits everything. But she's used to moving guys my size around. And
but how does it last for a couple days, or is it like or longer?
When she's been at me, I do like an upper body, lower body. I try to do that, so I go every 2-3 weeks, and I feel amazing when she's done. My legs had been killing me since probably for almost a year. My knees had been bad and stuff like that. And again, because I don't feel muscle tension because my nerves are shut up because I'm in constant pain. So you don't feel pain before it gets so much extra, and it's you probably ruin something. Yeah. And at the same time, I like to work out, and when I do like leg presses, I do 800-900 pound leg presses. So I probably ruin more than I should do at my age. And because I can't feel it, I'll just do it once a week. I'll hit like 800-900 pound leg presses, and
that's crazy.
Hey, it feels good. Well, I used to be stronger.
Well,
I'm getting old and weak. 1,100 pounds is my record.
So tell me about you. I want to know. I want to get to know you. More. I know
that's gonna be a dark place.
No, We can tell it goes. Look, so my new background, do you see it? It makes it look like it's a cord going to your cord right there. I was looking at it going, what is that cord? What does he have? And it's the little gold string that I put on the background. It looks like it's hooked to your microphone cord.
It goes right up to.
Yeah, it's perfect. I was laughing. I was like, "What?" I looked at it funny, but I was playing on the computer today because I wanted to play something different. So, but yeah, I just what I know you're in Denmark, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, where at?
Well, on the island in the middle.
Okay. I know all I know is like so in that we had growing up I had Swedish exchange students, so I know they're all same area and you guys hate each other obviously. Really? You guys hate each other?
We are the two nations in the world who have fought most wars against each other.
Really?
Swedish people, and you know this because you've been close to them. They're
Yeah,
not real
well,
people.
we had a Dutch one too.
Dutch people are fine. They don't bother me. But Swedish people are not people. They are a subspecies of trolls. So they will come in and they have learned since it's back when mythology.
Yeah.
Thor, you know from he didn't look like Chris Hemsworth. He was a fat redhead, but still he went out and fought all of these trolls. Oh, my sister's in Switzerland. But he went out and fought all these trolls, and they were always to the east. Right east of us is Sweden. I'm just saying, it's not a coincidence. That's our religion. But then when we started believing in Christ and all of that, I think the trolls learned how to hide their trolliness, so they could still be trolls, and that's why we hate them, and we have to fight them. And there's a rumor because they cheated us once and walked across the ice. You don't fight wars in the winter and won a war that way. There's a rumor, and it's probably not true, that back in the day you were actually allowed to shoot a Swedish guy if you saw him on the ice, just because precautions. You never know if he was the first in a raid.
Yeah, with the rest of them coming. Yeah, that would. I mean, well, so we had. Our first exchange student came by accident. We weren't even signed up to do it. He was already on his way, and they called and said, "We have a kid who was coming. He'll be here in 24 hours." And their family was backed out that was going to do it and moved away, and he was going to have to be sent back. So my parents were like, "All right, you're moving rooms with your sister, and he's getting that room." And I was like, "Okay, well, great." So then we had we had David and we had Michael from Sweden, but we had Tom Klusterman was one of ours from Dutch. From he was Dutch, and he still writes me back and forth, so we still keep in touch.
In 2018, I stayed with our last exchange student she lives in Delaware, so I took my kids over there and stayed with her. So because in my family it was tradition when I think you call it either confirmation or communion in English. We call it confirmation. When you do your confirmation, normally you'll get a big party and get a stereo and stuff like that. But in my family, we always took a trip because we have 4 kids. So you would have a single trip with our parents. So because it's too expensive to take all 4 kids. So that was kind of the gift. So when my kids got confirmed because we've been divorced for a long time, their mom and I said, let's do that tradition, but I'll take both kids with me. So we went to Mallorca with the big one, and then with the little one, I thought, I'd been in city council for some time. I had some money saved up. We could stay with our friends, so you don't have to pay for hotels. So we took a week in Delaware and got to see Washington and New York and stuff like that.
Yeah, because it's right there between everything. I mean,
yeah.
When you guys, what was I going to ask you about just being in that area? When you had exchange students and do you guys have it through certain programs? Because I know that for us, the exchange students, it wasn't like we were able to go that way. You know what I mean? Like the programs that we had come over for us, we only were allowed to see on this side of it. It wasn't like you just changed or.
Well, we have different. You have the big companies that you certain so you can buy a year in high school in the U.S. And that's very formalized, and there's no expectations. But my sister went to Illinois and stayed in Illinois for a year, and that was with Wyman's Club. So there was a tit for tat that you would take someone back for 3 months at some point, and then you would get it at a lower rate. So that was kind of the payment. My sister went over here and stayed with someone from the Wyman's Club, and then we would take one back, and we ended up having one. They didn't really think that one through. We had a school for uh, people who goes to be captains and navigators and stuff like that on ships, and she was staying with the headmaster of that school, and this lady had I think what's commonly known as loose pants, and this is an probably 99% boys school. So let's
Right.
just say there were bicycles on that school that had fewer miles on it than she ended up having, and she was 16 years old. And if you go out drinking and stuff like that, we don't really do much about it as long as your parents think it's okay, or you can shut the hell up and don't tell us, because 16-year-olds would be drinking in Denmark. But because of all of the trouble she was making, they sent them to my dad to try and keep her a bit in check. And she ended up being okay. She was a weird woman. Never talked to her again. And then we got the other one, and that was just when my sister moved out, and she just became our little sister. My dad always wanted a daughter, and when my sister moved out, he got her instead. And my parents went 3 times to America. To first time, no, she came to Denmark with her now husband, because my dad had to approve of him.
Oh,
And
okay.
then they were invited over for the wedding, and then they went twice more to live with her, and so we're keeping contact. My cousin's daughter she went to, I think she went to Georgia for high school, and she ended up staying with her, and then she went back and stayed there for like a year. So
Yeah, we actually had, so Michael was our first one. Then we had a couple, like we had one from Slovakia. But we actually, the first two we got ended up because it was a mess up or something happened. So like we had a bunch at my high school. The second one, he was there, but he was living with another guy that went to my high school with me, his family. And I guess they weren't getting along. So they put him with us, because we didn't have one. And so my mom was like, I guess we're getting another one. So that he was from Slovakia. And then I had we had David, which I call him David because he always messed up his B's and his W's. So I would say
that's
David.
because we don't use W.
I know, because he asked me one day, he's like, Kelly, is that the guy that you like? He's instead of the vest, because he was wearing a vest. He's like, is that the guy you like in the vest? And I was like, no. But he said West. I said, no, David, he's in the East, but he's wearing a vest. And so then it became David. And so David still keeps in touch with us. He's brought his wife and his kids over to visit and stay with us for a couple of days. And they thought that going to Florida was just everything was Disney World.
Yeah.
They even felt like our house was Disney World, because my husband has like a little mini motorcycle and take the kids on the bike and the motorcycle and stuff. And they're all his kids are grown almost out of the house now. I'm like, I can't believe it. But and so when my mom stayed in touch with Michael and with David, those were her other boys. And when my mom passed away 2 years ago, we live streamed it just so that David could watch it, because he was in Sweden, because he couldn't attend. So
Yeah,
watched it so that they could watch the funeral for him. So
that was the sad part with the one in Delaware. She came over for my mom's funeral. Then we were over here, and then my dad passed away 2 years later, and she couldn't because of the vid. She couldn't leave and come, and
yeah.
they had a very close relationship. So that that was really
You
sad
do,
that she
you
couldn't make
really
it.
do become family with them because you're living. I mean, they live
Well,
with us for the whole school year.
she speaks Danish still.
Yeah.
The
No,
other one, I don't even know what state she came from. I know her name, and that's about all I know about her. We would take her. She would come when we were out drinking and stuff like that. I had begun my apprenticeship at that time, so I wasn't home that much. And but she was just a weird cookie. She was the other one was very shy, and I don't know why. There were some rumors about why she had to go and be an exchange student when she was a little young and stuff like that. Um, but she's just the nicest, sweetest person in the world. And I bet you, if I called her up now and say, "Hey, I want to go meet with all my friends up in the New England area. Mind if I swing by and stay at your house for a week?" "Yeah, sure. I'll clean the room up for you."
yeah.
She's and I haven't talked to her since my dad passed because she said, "I'm gonna leave all social media right now," because she's a police officer and stuff was just getting a bit too much for her.
Yeah.
So I've talked to her husband and stuff like that. But I bet you, if I called her, I'll be welcomed. She's the
Yeah.
nicest person in the world.
They really, I mean, you really do become family. And it's like when you see each other, like we hadn't seen David in like 15 years and he brought his wife and kids over and we met him up for lunch. And Steve, my husband, got to meet him and my older kids because I have a 26 and 23-year-old. And then I have a 19, 11. My 19-year-old is my stepdaughter, but she's mine. Just didn't give birth to her. And then I have hey, Sarah Dawn. I have my 11-year-old who has, he's the one, my special needs one he has nonverbal autism, cancer. He has epilepsy and he's legally blind. So I have him. He's a St. Jude patient. And then we have Declan, who's my 10-year-old. And he is, thanks for coming by. Have fun playing. And so I wish I could have given the kids that because they're so spread out. I wish I could have given them that, but we were a military family with my ex-husband. We moved every 3 years. So my older boys truly were kind of like the exchange students. Like they had to start their lives over every 3 years with new people and new friends and stuff like that. And Caleb, my oldest, I can remember he came to me and he's like, "I don't want to do this again." And I'm like, "One more time, that's all you have to do. We're not going to move again. We're done." When I got divorced and I moved here, I'm like, "We're moving there and you'll graduate with the people." He was like 6th grade. I said, "You'll graduate with the people you start school with next year." And
Yeah.
I made that promise to him and I swear I did it. So, and now they live a mile away. Both my boys, they share an apartment a mile away together. So my oldest is a barber here in town. And my youngest, for my 23-year-old, he works for a big lawn service company and pest control company. So
That's the wild thing that you don't think about that much because I spent a long time wearing well, back then it was the Queen screens. Um, you don't get shipped around to bases. You'll sign up and you'll be, of course, when you do your mandatory service, you'll be Army, Navy, Air Force, whatever it is. But after I did my 2 tours, I came back and then I just signed with the radio troops, and that's on one barracks. That's the one you sign up for. You can then ask to move, but they won't come and tell you, "Hey, by the way, you're moving across the country next year."
Oh,
That's
yeah. See, my ex-husband was Coast Guard. So when we first got married, I had just had Caleb and we got stationed in Kodiak, Alaska.
oh, don't want to do that.
Kodiak Island, yeah. So I was there for 3 years, and there's the 3 Ds of Kodiak. So you get drunk, divorced, or you gain a dependent. And I did 2 of the 3. I didn't get divorced till I left. And then we moved to California. We were in Sacramento for 7 years. We were able to stay. We were able to double our tour there. And then we moved. I grew up an hour from where I am now. So like my family was all here in Florida. And then my ex and I moved to Clearwater, and we got stationed there. And then that's where we ended up splitting up and getting divorced. So, which I'm glad, because I wouldn't want to have to move all the way back from what do you guys, what's happening?
I don't know. Someone's arguing in the chat. I'm just, as I said today on Twitter, could it have been a DM?
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I feel like I wish I could have given my boys, instead of moving around and having to start their lives over all the time, I wish I could have given them the same experience I had of having exchange students living with me, because I got to learn their culture and the different things going on. Now, we did have one from Russia for like for a summer, but he used to play like he couldn't speak English to my dad when he got in trouble for something.
Yeah.
And my dad would be like, I know you know what I'm saying right now. And so, but it was just summer months. And my dad was like, I'm glad we only did that for 2 and 3 months, because I wouldn't have been able to handle him for the whole school year. So
it's very, very strange how, because you can't pull that trick because everyone speaks English in Denmark. So you can't pull that trick here when you're an American. But that, I think that was my first culture shock about how uptight Americans are, was when my sister went to the States, because she was 17, 16, 17. She had a guy at school she was a little fond of, and she had to call home and get my dad's blessing before her foster dad over there. And I know there's the no drinking, no driving, no dating rules when you are an exchange student, but hey, the only thing harder to control than weather is passion. So it's it will happen, and it happens for everyone who becomes an exchange student. And it was just so weird that would never happen in Denmark. We go out drinking with exchange students and stuff like that because,
what's your drinking age?
well, technically now, because we have gotten a little prudish as well. You can't buy beer till you're 16. So we're
16?
Yeah, you can't. Well, I know it's ridiculous. You have to be 16, and you can't buy hard liquor till you're 18. Absolutely ridiculous.
And you can't buy anything until you're 21 here.
I was drunk. I was drunk at a party when I was 12 years old for the first time.
Yeah, so like everything here is 21. I remember, and I mean, even now I'm 48. I still get carded if I buy a bottle of wine, and I'm like, and they ask me, they're like, hey Sherry Berry, they're like, really? Can I see your ID? And I'm like, yes, please take it. I want you to look at my ID, because back then I didn't want anybody to ID me, but now I'm like, please, ID me. I want to feel like I'm 18 or 21 again, because. But
I got carded in Tennessee, and I was like, "Are you for real?" and it was at a restaurant. I was like, "Come on now!" And I was the second oldest at that part. That was the first Dollywood meetup, and we were like 15, 20 people there. I was the second oldest. And I was like, "This is ridiculous. You can't." Well, here's my driver's license. Then we went to an arcade. They wouldn't accept my driver's license as ID because there was no English on it. So I couldn't get a beer
oh my
at
God.
an arcade.
You're like, look at me. Like, I don't look like I'm 5. I look like, I have, yeah. I mean, I just think that the rules are crazy. I mean, so you guys, when you're kids, because you speak English really well. I mean, I know it's like you said, it's what, your third language you were telling Plevin? Is that your second language?
I learned German before I learned English.
Okay. Do you guys learn it in school though, right?
Well, back then we only had we had one television channel in Denmark in Danish. We had Monopoly TV, so that was the only channel. And a cool movie would be on maybe every other month on a Saturday night. So if you wanted to see movies, we had 3 German channels, and one of them would play James Bond marathons on Thursdays at, I think, like 8 o'clock in the evening. So me and my dad would sit and watch James Bond when I was a kid. So
I think that's fun though.
yeah, but the thing is, they dub everything into German. So to understand that, and there's no subtitles because it's not like today where you can just okay, I'm in Denmark, I'm putting Danish subtitles on. I'm British, I'm putting British
Yeah.
subtitles on. No, they don't have subtitles, so you just have to understand. So by osmosis, by just listening to it, that's how I learned German, by just watching movies. And I can't speak it as well as I could back then because I don't use it anymore. So that was actually a cool thing, getting to know a new guy uh, called Alles nur geklaut, who watches American trials and then translates it into German while he's showing the testimony or whatever, and then he'll translate it into German. And
Really?
he has like 700 people watching him every night, where he said, because Germans are not good at foreign language. They are like 90 million people, so it'll be the same as telling an American, why don't you speak a second language? Well, I don't need to, because I most likely will never leave my country, so why should I learn a second language?
I really feel like they should though. I mean, they do tell us that we have the option. They don't require it. That's the thing. Like in high school, I took Spanish 1 in high school and I totally failed it. I had no idea what I was doing, but because I also didn't care. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you just didn't want to go to class. You just kind of off in your own world. And so for me, I regret that. I wish now, especially living in Florida, I want to be able to speak Spanish or a second language. And so I think that's why I think it's cool. I actually thought of you during when Bukaki was on the stand and he said English is my third language. And
So many people reached out to me and said he watched your Plevin stream.
That's all I could think of was your stream. I was like, and I'm like, you still speak better English than Plevin does. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But I mean, but you saw what Aiden posted of him singing the other day at karaoke, wasted.
It's I used to be in politics for a long time. I only got elected once, but I ran in a lot of elections, and I used to be like head of the local department of the parties and stuff like that. So I I went to a lot of these meetings with the big ups, and one of the things you were always told was, don't do anything you don't want to see on the front page of the papers. So when I was elected for city council, I never got drunk in my town. I would go to
Right.
Copenhagen with some friends if I wanted to party, because the only time I got really drunk, I met someone who backstabbed me. Hey, imagine being a creator and doing politics, kind of the same. And I was so drunk, I just told her what I really thought about her. And luckily, it was in an almost empty bar, and I was so blackout drunk. I called someone the next day and said, "Did we meet her?" And they said, "Yes, we did." Did I say
You're like, I
something?
remember, but I don't remember.
No, but I said, did I say something to her, or did I just want to do it? She said, "Oh my God, yeah, you did." And I said, "Well, good, because I'm not going to do it when I'm sober." And
Yeah. Liquid
apparently, I
courage.
had told her where to insert certain items in her own body.
Liquid courage. What are you talking about?
Well, she needed it. She was a C word.
A C word. Are those your words, Mr. Proctor? You
Yeah,
can say
she.
them.
I was just. Yeah, there's a lot of backstabbing going on, but hey, that's why I fit right into the creator world.
How did you start creating?
My dad died,
Mm-hmm.
and I come from a very political family. Not that we were in Denmark. You don't talk politics. Religion and politics is something you have for yourself. But my mom had always been a staunch social democrat, and she ran in a lot of elections before me. And my dad was a member of the party, but always been a conservative. Remember,
Right.
we have like at any given time at least 12 different parties. So we always grew up with, you have to have an opinion about current events,
Right.
and so when I got older, I was the only kid who got the politic bug, and so we spent a lot of time. They helped me with campaigns, and they helped me when things got really bad sometimes, and I had to switch parties in the middle of my elected period and stuff like that. It was really, really bad.
I
And
admire you for doing politics because that's not easy.
well, it's especially not easy when you have my personality, because I'm not good at just lying to people. So I didn't get reelected. But no, then the vid happened, and my dad, he was 78 at the time. My mom had been gone for 4 or 5 years, and
Yeah.
I kind of think he just gave up. And he had just gotten this house I'm living in. He lived here for like a year or something. Was doing really well. Got out of a very big house we had, and down here everything was cool. And then the vid happened, and I think it cost him his will to live, to just sit here every day and couldn't get out, couldn't do anything. So he had a heart attack that he didn't know was a heart attack. I think he had a heart attack, fell over. Probably when he bounced off the floor, it started up again. It happens.
Yeah.
Uh, and he had to spend like 10 days in the hospital, and they found out his heart was like 50%, his lungs were 40%. And this was during the vid, so I couldn't go see him. And then when he came home, I was like, F it. I'll go there every day. And my kids tried to come down, and we did all of that. And 3 months later, and looking back at it, it was exactly the same signs that had been the first time. But I think because he didn't react to them, he just wanted it gone. So I drove him. I was taking him to the doctors because I said, you need some oxygen, because you're constantly. And so
Sounds
yeah,
like
okay,
Cosgrove does, because Cosgrove needs oxygen. I'll tell you that.
yeah, and then when I parked outside the doctor's office, and he said, "Yeah, come, I'll call you when you need to come back and get me." I was like, "The fuck you do?" I said, "Nah, but I'll be here." Because he never. It was really random if he could figure out how to use a cell phone. So again, that's afterwards rationalizing he wanted to go. So I drove over and parked in a handicap spot because I could see he could hardly walk. Walked over, and we did like 10 steps, and he couldn't get his foot over the doorstep into the doctor's. And then all of a sudden, I could just feel he fell over and said, I can't hold you. There was three young kids who tried to help me. And the doctor came down, and when he started doing the chest rubbing, I thought, oh yeah, I know where this is going. So
That was, oh my gosh.
yeah, that was not a fun day,
I'm
because
sorry.
I also had to arrange a funeral in the middle of the vid with a sister who lives out of country. So what restrictions is she gonna have? And then when all of that was done, I was sitting and thinking, there's a national election coming up, and I can't talk to my family about it. I normally would have. One of the last things my dad said to me was, "Why are you politicians always so scummy?" I said, "I don't know. That's a part of the job." Um, so I was like, what the hell should I do? And I thought, well, no one ever covers politics as the people on the ground
Right.
sees it. It's always, and today we have the professor in blah, 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 and he's going to talk to uh, Haley or whatever her name is in Massachusetts. They're never talking to Joe, who's in District 4, who runs on a ticket of, I really want to clean up this area because the kids are getting needles in their feet. They're never
Right.
talking to that person. They're talking to all the big ups. So I thought I could make a Danish YouTube channel talking about politics on this is how I see it, and I'll try to be unpolitical. I am Danish. You'll say I'm a right wing, um, which would probably put me in American politics somewhere close to the
Conservative.
cutoff between the Democrats and the Republican.
Yeah, that's where actually where I fall. I fall like right in the center.
Yeah, and that's where, because we don't have that physical way out as the Republican have, and Bernie Sanders would cry if he saw how socialist we could be. He could never get close to that. And
What my husband and I did is, so one of us registers as Republican and one of us registers as Democrat, so we can both vote in the primaries and have a say on who becomes, because we have the primary election, and that tells you who will be the actual candidate that you choose for the Democratic Party. And so we chose, one does one party. I do, like, I am Republican, listed Republican. He's listed Democrat. That way he can vote in the Democrat race. I can vote in the Republican race. So we have a say in that. And then when it comes down
to
weird
that you have
presidential race, we can vote whoever we want. We can't vote Democrat in the primaries. I can only vote Republican.
But that's so weird that, well, to me it's weird because we have a totally different system. But that's why I wanted to come in, because I've seen how hard it is to get noticed. So I thought, hey, I'll try and do that. And that's how I started my channel and did that for like 4 months.
Then you got into true crime, or you just like true crime?
I've always watched, because I'm a layman, and that's our jury system. And again, we sign up for 4 years at a time, and I'm on the quick response list. So every year I'll do somewhere between 10 and 30 cases. So it's kind of become, I don't know, a kind of an obsession with the crime thing. And,
and sorry, Jonathan. I've lost my mom too, so I get it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about getting older. We'll lose things.
I hate it. This last week I found out 5 people I know passed away, and within 2 days. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, and 2 of them were my classmates that were younger than me, like were a year behind me, and I'm like, how is this happening? And
I had a buddy of mine, 38 years old. We used to be in the military together. He skinny as Civ, never, well, he smokes a lot, but other than that, didn't party much, didn't go to McDonald's, didn't do anything. When I think he was 36 or 38, he said he was with his wife at that time, and he was like, I'm just not feeling well. And she was like, it's just because my mom's coming over and you don't like her. So, and he was like, no, I'm not feeling well. I think I'm going to go up and lay down for a bit. And the next thing he remembers is the elevator doors opening at the hospital.
Yeah.
And he had a massive heart attack and had a stent put in his heart.
That's
and every time he's been at a checkup, his doctor is looking at him and saying, it's impressive that you can exercise as much as you do when he has that naturally high cholesterol thing that some people does. I said, exercise? Haven't run since I was in the military. He said,
only time you see me running is someone's chasing me.
He says, your lungs are looking amazing. He says, I smoke 40 cigarettes a day. I've smoked 40 cigarettes a day since I was 15.
Oh my God.
I can't tell that. And it just shows you how crazy the world is, because this guy is he has 2 stents in his heart now, and then you have other people who live like shit. And
my dad's had 3 heart attacks and one quadruple bypass. So but now he's got dementia starting, so he doesn't even remember who sometimes, like the other day. So I had in May, so Liam, for him to see the dentist, he has to be admitted to the hospital for the dental office at Shands in Gainesville for UF. And then they admit him to the hospital and they have to do they have to put him under, because he can't be in a regular dental chair. He won't sit still. And so we had to be admitted to the hospital because he had something wrong with a tooth. And he ended up having to have the tooth removed. And then that morning, before we went into surgery, my stepmom called, because my dad lives like 30 minutes from Gainesville. And she's like, so your dad was brought in by ambulance and now he's in a room above you. And so he was like literally 2 floors above us. And I'm like, Dad, you could have just came to visit. You didn't have to like get your own room.
Yeah.
Like, have a big enough room for everybody. Like, we could have just had to hang out. You don't have to come stay here. So, but he didn't for like a week. He was like, yeah, I was in the hospital. Yeah, I was in the hospital. Yeah. I was like, Dad, I know I was there. Remember, I have a picture of you and I together in your hospital room. So, yeah, he doesn't remember any of that. And then, hi, Blue Eyes, Baker.
Grant is going after Auntie Deb. Things I did again. Could stuff be maybe sometimes be in a DM instead of we have to argue online everywhere. And
Yeah.
I love these
Um,
people who tag you in other people's drama, and I'm like, no, I have
you're
my
like,
own
I'm not
drama.
part of that. What are you talking about? I don't want
Yeah,
to do that. Bye, Kimmy. Love you. Yeah, I don't know. I think that like I watched true crime my whole life. So like
yeah.
my brother will tell you, he like when we were little, he's like, you scared the shit out of me when you would watch like unsolved mysteries. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like that was what I did. And then when I was and when I was married to my first husband, I would watch Snapped all the time. And I told him it was me learning how to do it. So are you all right? Baker left me. He left me.
No, I was just coughing. Sorry.
Um,
It's early.
I used
My
to tell my
voice
ex-husband
gets shut.
I was watching Snaps so I could learn how to do it because they would always mess up, and I would do it right.
Well, I just find it fascinating because when you again, I've been doing this for I can't even remember how many. I think I've been doing it for 14 years. So at this time, I probably, even though I don't have a legal degree, I'm probably the the true crimer who have spent most time in court, not being
You
charged with
know the
anything.
American law system better than most of us do.
Well, that's because I have this weird thing where my brain picks up stupid things. So if I used to watch Ricada a lot when he covered cases, and he has a good way of explaining it, and my mind just stores it somewhere, and I don't think about it. And then when I need it, I'll bring it back up. And I can't remember a phone number or a birthday, but I can remember
It's
why a
American law.
certain. Yeah, but I can remember why you can bring in like the case I'm covering now, where you can bring in a letter from Voices Beyond the Grave, but you can't read what she put in there, what other people said, because it would have
It's
been
hearsay.
hearsay.
Yeah.
And and all of these, you kind of get like a rub off degree of you need to know the basic facts, because you
It's a YouTube law degree, but it's not really a law. You know what I mean? You're
no,
still
but we don't know why they do stuff, and that's why when I watch lawyers, I know they love to sit there and, for instance, when I read Karen Reed, if they tell us what part of Massachusetts we John Doe,
yeah.
what part of it, I'll read that. But some people find it very. We have to read it's blah 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 blah, and I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, no one's going to look it up. I'm just going to read on, and that is different styles. But I just have this weird brain that stores info, and it's really good when you're talking to chat that some people will stick in there, and it's good so you can say,
I
oh,
love it though. I feel like when that's why I like watching your channel, because like you have a way of explaining American law from your point of view, but knowing it better than some Americans. Do you know what I mean? Like you can simplify it a lot of times. So what I
but
do,
that's
if there's
because
stuff,
I'm so dumb. I need everything like I'm 5 years old. I think it's
that's what you
also
told me the other day. Kelly, explain this case to me like I'm 5.
yeah, but I think you have a language when you have a job. I'm a baker. If you were talking to me about, well, why do you, how long should I knead my bread? And I would say, well, it's really dependent how high is your protein content of your flour, how strong is your mixer, because it has something to do with the revolutions. How big is the bowl? The good thing is you can always just do a stretch test and look at and see if the gluten has formed. If the gluten has formed, I would stop there, because then you have it as you need. And you'll sit here and say, why? I said, give me 5 minutes, 7 minutes. How? and how much speed. Because in my brain, if I touch a piece of bread, I can tell you if it's done right. And
Well,
I think a
that's
lot of law guys or law girls, boys and girls. I shouldn't say that because people get offended when I say girls.
you can say whatever you want on this channel.
Yeah, but then someone will clip it and say, "Oh, he's misogynistic." I getting called misogynistic a lot. My daughters really love that their dad is a misogynist, but I think a lot of them doesn't have. That's why I love watching Ricada, for instance,
I
because he
love
talks to
watching
you.
data.
Yeah, because he talks to you like you would do if you and I were sharing a beer.
Yeah,
And I think if you want to be a creator, you can't be secret about it. You will see certain creators will. Now I'm probably going to start some shitty drama. You see some of them will try and use the law degree as a stepping stone, where they talk down to people who cover the same stuff but doesn't have a law degree. So they'll,
right.
I am a real lawyer, or and there's a lot of people who don't. Anyone who says it in their intro, I don't believe every one of them don't think the rest of us. But some people I have met during the years have used that. Well, you're not a lawyer.
Yeah,
No, I never said I was a lawyer, but I can talk to lawyers because I can understand their language and I can use my experience and talk to them. Yeah, but
right.
you're not a lawyer.
Yeah.
No, but
And that I
the,
love that I've been on YouTube and I'm able to actually connect with lawyers and learn about like Omar comes on our channel, the Tilted Lawyer. He comes on our channel all the time. He's been on a few times, and he's had me on over there because he does a family law after dark, where they go on Reddit and pull different stories, and then they talk about it, about
yeah,
like divorces and stuff. And Bruce from Oregon and like Danny and Sarah Dawn, all of them are over there. And so I actually started watching him through the Laura Owens case and Dave Neal and Megan Fox and stuff, which Megan Fox, that's how I found Nick Rahita, was through Megan Fox. So, because she was on his show a lot. And so, but I love learning that stuff from them, because I feel like now I don't feel when I just got into court cases, really like watching court cases. Probably the real first one I watched was the Adelson.
yeah. I don't know anything about that. Everyone is. Are you covering Adelson? I'm like, I don't know. Why is everyone loving that
Let's do
case?
it together. Let's stream together because it's so good, and I want to see your
Pretty
reaction.
sure I'm not. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to touch it. I'm finding some. I'm finding some weirdo who thought that. Well, I can shoot this apple off my son's head like William Tell, and then
Not
sadly
that
I
Megan
blew his
Fox
face
here.
off.
It's a different Megan Fox. Megan
The
Fox,
writer, not
she's a
the
writer. She's
toll
not
lady.
not the actress.
No,
but
but again, a funny thing is Megan Fox. She's funny and she's engaging.
yes,
That's why you like watching her. Emily D. Baker has a lot of sass, and is good at communicating. Why
yeah,
do people love when Betero and Nan go on shows? Because they're good at communicating.
right,
Other lawyers are really, really good at the law,
right,
but they are not good at communicating. And sadly, those are the same people who have that entitlement just because they went to school and now they have a YouTube channel. They are an authority, and people should watch them, not some fat hack out of Denmark who's sitting at 2 a.m. in the mornings doing drama. And I just don't get that mentality. Why not say, cool, we get more people into the business, and then maybe they want to see a real lawyer's take, and you can go watch that later.
right. Well,
That's
and
why I love getting up in the morning. Runkle, he's running down with humor, but he's also
I love when Runkle and Law and Lumber get together and
yeah,
do their thing on like Friday nights when they do it together and they're just
yes,
out. That's a lot of fun. And then
yeah, but that's because they're good communicators, and
they
and
are,
and
they really
and
are.
sadly, there's I've met some people who thought I wasn't worthy of their time because I didn't have a law degree, and the funny thing is, it's some of the people you can
Curious.
see they
We watched
stalled
Megan
out.
only for her hair. She does have good hair. I'm not gonna lie.
She has a lot of it.
Oh yeah, she has a lot of hair. She's
But
last
that's
night they were on Nick Stavros, which as a Stavros, I don't know what his last name is. He's one of the lawyers. It's the NIK. Nick, I have to look and see. They did a fundraiser for Mike Maricini, which is one that Laura Owens is going after in California trying to get a permanent restraining order because she's cuckoo. I don't know if you got into that story at all with Megan and them, but
oh yeah, I've watched. MG
Yeah.
has covered it intensely. Megan has covered it. Vice is used to do it.
Expert was doing it for a while. That's how I found Expert was through
Yeah.
him and a guy. And so but I watched Karen Reed during the day, and then I'd watch all of their stuff at night to learn what was going on in Laura's case with Clayton. And then when their actual case came up for that June 10th date that they were going to court, I was like, okay, what do I do? I had to switch it. I'm like, all right, so I'll watch Laura's case live, and then I'll go and watch Karen Reed tonight and just catch up with it because I can catch up with it later. Because I'm like, I said, it's a full-time job watching court cases, trying to stay with everybody and know who's going what and who's doing who's what case is going on with who. Like, you had no idea who Adelson is. So the Adelson family is there at Florida State University. There was a professor named Dan Markell, and he was married to Wendy Adelson, and they got divorced, going through a horrible divorce. 2 boys at the time that were 3 and 4, I believe, or 4, 3. I think 3 and 4. I think they were, and they were going through a horrible divorce. Her family, the big time dentist in Miami, pretty well off. Her brother, they're Jewish family, and her older brother Rob, he went to school in Texas, and he found out that he was he was up all this time getting late. I don't know. And it's
Nick Starro. Yeah, he went to like 4 5 in the morning.
Oh, he was eating hot sauce yesterday. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I don't get those wheels of pain. I know a lot of my buddies do it, and I've never really done it because I'm more the type who gives away stuff than do the.
I don't know how he was doing it. It was like
it gets so weird what they said. My buddy MG does the same. Also, where you can spin the wheel and he'll eat something stupid, and I'm like, if you pay me $50, I won't eat something stupid. That's why I want $50 so I can buy something good.
Yeah, I'm not a risk taker like that either. I'm a texture eater, so if there's something that tastes like texture wise, I'm like, nope, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
I think I got paid to eat a piece of cheesecake. I'm not sure.
I love
the expert. Cheesecake is horrible.
Really? Oh my god!
Yes.
If you get it, like, I like strawberry cheesecake though. Hi, Mary.
Well, I ate a piece of Schwarzwald cheesecake, Black Forest.
Okay.
And that was good because that's just a chocolate cake. But I tasted. We were at the Cheesecake Factory and I tried some of the other, and just plain cheesecake. That's sour. Yeah,
I have to have like strawberry stuff on it. I like strawberry cheesecake.
But I don't like sour cream and stuff like that. So
see, yeah. When I eat a baked potato, I have to like have sour cream like all over it. It has to be like soaked in every piece of it.
My mom always yells at me and say, "Oh, you eat like a 5-year-old," and I said, "No, I eat like a 5-year-old with a distinct palate. I just don't like stuff I don't like." No, I'm not a really picky eater. It's just because Americans eat really weird stuff.
What,
He
like,
sent me.
besides cheesecake, what else do you think is weird?
I don't like anything with dill in it. So she sent me like dill pickle puffballs or whatever.
Oh.
It's
See, I don't do
horrible.
like pickle chips or things like that, but I like
No,
the pickles. And
that's
I used
that's
we had
horrible.
a bakery in California that made dill dressing, and they served it with just bread, and it was so good. It was like ranch dressing but dill.
I
It
never
was so.
had ranch dressing, so I don't know if I like it.
Oh, ranch dressing is
No,
my favorite.
but I hate everything that has to do with dill or cumin. I can't have those two tastes. I can't. I have that genetic defect that makes me not taste cilantro. I'll taste soap instead. So I don't eat that.
Yeah,
I don't eat fish, so I don't eat sushi. Well, I'll eat if it's deep fried fish or if it's fried fish on a like on a skillet. So I
yeah.
don't eat sushi. I
I don't.
don't eat any of the laks or anything like that. I,
I really did try hard to eat sushi for my friend in California because she would want to go every time. And I'm like, I can't, it makes me sick. I can't do it. But my husband, he loves it. He'll eat the whole thing. So the grocery store actually makes fresh sushi here. Publix does. And I make him, I'll go get him sushi there so we can have it here at home. Cause I'm like, I'm not eating it. It's too much, but I don't eat it. I don't do it. What other things do you?
I'm just telling. Someone is asking where am me and the expert on tonight. I said I'm here, but the expert is not.
Yeah, expert doesn't answer
No,
it.
he doesn't. You're gonna write him, and then 2 years later, he's gonna be on the show, and he's gonna say, "Oh, I've tried to reach out to Kelly 20 times, and she doesn't want to reply to me." You have never talked to her after the first time. I've done this a million times because whenever I do
I
these,
don't know. He tells me, he's like, you're gonna message me, and I'm like, how am I supposed to message you? Like, I don't know other ways to message you. I don't have them on any other platform.
no, but he does this. I'll go around and I'll try and find someone new to have on my show now and again, just to spice it up a little bit, because you get a little bored doing the same stick over and over and talk to the same people. And then if I think, okay, this is a good fit for Friday Night Live, I'll say, hey, maybe take a look at this person. That's why Lacey was on yesterday. That's I had her on first and said, hey, expert, try talking to her. And but he will have that. So say, oh yeah, you had a really good show with her. I'm gonna reach out to her. And then 2 months later, you'll talk to that person and say, did you ever talk to me? Because I'll say, hey, my body expert is probably gonna reach out to you, and it's gonna be. I hope
I
it's
don't even
okay.
know like how expert, like, he caught on to me one time in chat all of a sudden, and then it was like from then on he would be like, hey, Kelly Steffi, and it just clicked. But I wrote him. I actually wrote him in the email. It was about his mom because I know it was when his mom was really sick, and was just being supportive in that way. But I also told him, call me if you want, when you want to come on, because at that time when I had mentioned it to him, and Zach had mentioned it to him, I just I felt like I was like,
Oh,
yeah,
if you send Zach out to say that's dumb. No one
huh?
listens to Zach.
Zach's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. So if you he doesn't even show up, but that's because I'm here. So he's like, oh, I don't want to be here because I can't be here with all that testosterone.
I know, well, because you make him feel inferior. I
Yeah.
mean, you're so manly.
Yeah, that's because he can't live up to my 2 inches.
I love you. Oh my gosh. I
No,
know.
but
I
you were
Zach
asking me something, and then I derailed everything by talking about the expert. Funny
it's
that the expert derailed the stream, and he's not even here.
yesterday he derailed his own stream. All of a sudden he went missing. I was like, where did he go? He's like, I have to restart my browser. And then you guys were all like, we still can't hear you. We still can't hear you.
No, but that's the thing when you do these is and StreamYard, they have been fixing things, so it just doesn't work. Hey, Mary, and there's a lot of shit. I've been chopping up a lot lately, and my other buddy AJ, I came into her show one day, and they had been sitting all day. Why is her audio so weird? And she'd been looking at everything, and I was just like, "You're on the wrong mic, you idiot." Oh yeah, I forgot that one.
Like,
But
so Amy
That's
does that
because
all the time with her earbuds. She's
yeah,
like, I can't hear you. I'm like, change your earbuds, change those, because she's got
yeah,
the wrong one.
yeah, and that's it's just you get used to it. But Cinnabon, I don't like American. I don't like donuts from what was the place in Switzerland?
You don't like glazed donuts? What? I'm sorry.
I'm not a big fan of donuts to begin with.
Follow me. Sorry.
But what's this wasn't Cinnabon.
Cinnabon's the big one that's in the airport that has like they're all in the airport. They're all in like the
Yeah, there's
malls.
way too much. They
There's-
put way too much filling on those ones.
Yeah, the frosting.
Yeah, the frosting. But we were at. It wasn't Dunkin' Donuts. It was one of the famous donuts chains you
Donut.
have in America. It wasn't Dunkin'. It was
Krispy Kreme.
horrible, horrible, horrible pastries. Just,
Because you're a baker, that's why. I mean, you're gonna really.
but it's so bad. And this is in Switzerland. Things are effing expensive in Switzerland, and it's placed in the city center where stuff costs a lot of money. It's you have Louis Vuitton stores, and then you had a donut shop, and
Yeah.
and it was horrible. It's horrible, and that's the thing. American baked goods are the worst in the world. The only thing I like is Twinkies.
Those aren't even like really baked. Those are like
They
I don't
are
even know
good.
how they. When they took them away, I thought Americans were gonna lose their shit. They were freaking out. All of a sudden, everyone was like, "We need Twinkies. Why are they taking Twinkies away? What is going on?" I'm like, "You guys are really freaking out over Twinkies? Like, you probably haven't had one in 5 years, but now all of a sudden you're freaking out because they're gonna take them away." I mean, Americans freak out over the craziest things sometimes. It just, I mean, but
Yeah, but we have the same. There's something, and then because then the media will write that and then people believe it, and and don't you get cinnamon roll in a tube?
cinnamon
Active
roll,
shooter. I don't know who you are, but I will Liam Neeson you.
don't
If
you
you get
get
cinnamon roll in
roll
a
in it too?
tube,
Well, I mean, kind of. We do kind of. We have them in those cardboard round things that they're like Grand Biscuits or anything like that. But they do cinnamon rolls too. Like Pillsbury makes them, and they're in the Baker Scott. He's got a new picture. He's got it. You got way too much. You got too much glaze on there. Paul O'Keefe will like that. Don't do that
well, a pearl necklace and a donut with glaze. I don't know what that could symbolize.
at all. Your
You make your
underwear
bacon.
line, your
Jamie,
underwear line made my day. By the way,
what? Who? Sorry.
your underwear line. I don't think I have ever laughed that hard. I like stopped my husband. He was cooking. I'm like, no, you have to watch this. This is freaking hilarious.
I
Like,
couldn't get a reaction out of Jamie. I was like, what the hell? Normally she'll laugh at anything. And she was just quiet. And I was like, oh, this isn't landing. This is a balloon made out of lead. I thought I had been so fucking funny.
I was dying. You just had no idea that I was dying because I was just watching it live. But I was like making my husband like, look what he says. Look at it. Look at the comment. Look what he comments about it. And he's like, oh my gosh. He thought it was hilarious. My husband's like, who you're talking to these random guys on the internet, but he knows all of you guys. He listens to everything you guys say because I make him watch it.
Yeah, but I'm just Jamie is normally laughing at everything, and she was just dead quiet. And I was like, oh fuck, this is going really, really. Peter, I'm gonna go to Massachusetts, get drunk enough to be within state lines, and I'm gonna hunt you down. Make your own. Go to my channel. There's a video how to make cinnamon rolls. Stop buying stuff in a can. Yeah, my flour doesn't work. It's worse flour that's in that tube. Yeah, but it's easy. Stop being easy. Stop being lazy. Make it, and you'll find out it's 1000% better. But I can't fix it. I don't know how. Watch my effing video. It's easy. It's like
I just started
10
making
components.
my dog food for my dogs just recently because I have a I have a golden doodle, and I have a Frenchie, and then I have a Pomeranian. My Frenchie has really bad allergies. They're known for that. So I finally got a recipe. I learned how to cook food for him or for her, and I've been making their food ever since, and it's actually helped their allergies. So, and they love it.
But we always hear that well, Americans can't get. Well, I talked to Jamie. Oh, do you know this 3 ingredients cookies? No, what's the recipe? It's a box of cake mix. Jamie, there's more than 100 ingredients in that box. It's not a 3
I know,
recipe
I
cookie.
know a 3 ingredient cookie. I can make peanut butter cookies with 3 ingredients. A cup of
Yeah,
sugar, a cup of peanut butter, and a tablespoon of vanilla. And that's all you put together and bake it, and it comes out with peanut butter cookies.
yeah. But she does the. I'm gonna buy a cake mix, pour it up, and mix it up with whatever needs to go in there. And I'm like, do you know how simple it is to make cookies? You take some brown sugar, some white sugar, some butter, some chocolate, some flour, and some egg. But I can't figure
You
that
make
one
it
out.
sound easy. Like I will say I did get my mixer for free. I got a KitchenAid mixer, like the nice
Oh,
one
I don't like KitchenAid.
for free, and I was shocked that somebody gave it to me, and I love it. That thing is amazing. And but my friend taught me, she makes ice cream in hers, she makes all kinds of stuff. I'm like, how do you do this? I can't even make all that stuff. You guys make it
Well,
sound so
it's because when you want to make something, you're googling cinnamon rolls, and you'll get someone who will say, "Bonjour, today we're gonna make le roll de cinnamon, and it's a treasury. We're gonna use this. This is the very special sugar you must get. It's muscat sugar. It has to be that, or the cinnamon will not be perfect. And then you have this flour. The flour must be milled by virgins no more than 16 years old.
oh my
Make
gosh.
sure that you get this is very special. You can only get it in my store. And no, don't go to that. Go to the fucking fat baker and say, "Hey, baker, how are you making cookie? Take shits, put it in the mixer, put it on a tray."
That's
You
funny.
don't need. The problem is everyone wants to be Gordon Ramsay, and if they're not Gordon Ramsay, it's not good enough. No, bake your own cinnamon roll once. Your house
I
will
want to try. I
smell
should.
amazing, and it's so easy.
Do you have a video on your channel for it?
Yeah, I
'Cause
think I made
I'll
cinnamon
follow it.
rolls once.
I'll follow it. I'll make it. I'll record it and I'll play it for you so I could be like making
Yeah,
bakers rolls.
say, hey, can't understand what that idiot did, so he needs to make it up. But
I'd be like, screw it. I'm opening the Pillsbury can.
then
You're
I
like,
will
"Don't
be,
do
I
it."
will, I will be. Can you put me big screen, solo screen?
Solo screen. Okay. Oh, wrong one. Hold on. I gotta
Punch
get
the
to it.
one. Go down to my picture and put the screen. Touch the screen one down there.
There we go.
This will be the first show I do after that. I used to go on this show with a girl called Kelly. She had a show with Amy. Amy didn't like me, so she wouldn't show up and stream with me. We had a really good friendship. We had an agreement, but that agreement was ruined because she betrayed me. I'm not trying to start any drama, but I'll just say this will be the last time I talk about it because she betrayed me, and I can't recommend anyone. I thought we had a good thing going, but I'm just saying, and I will
I would
never respond to
never do
this
that.
again. And then I'll go on Twitter and shit on you again.
I would never do that to you.
If you open
I would
Pillsbury dough,
if I tell you I'm gonna make your recipe.
you know,
I'll
you know, I'm probably going to be in the States again next year, very close to Florida. So I'm just saying, I can get away with a lot of stuff. I watch true crime.
I go to Tennessee every 3 months, so well, I'm in Memphis though. It's across the state, but
Yeah, that's a little
St.
way
Jude's
away.
in Memphis.
It's 4
So,
hours away or something like that.
yeah. So St. Jude is in Memphis, which is like I love the Memphis airport, but I don't like anything else about Memphis. I don't leave St. Jude. I stay on the campus because it is not a nice area of town. It's scary.
First
So
time I heard a pew pew fired outside of a gun range was in Memphis when I went to see Graceland.
yeah, I
Can I answer blue?
Natalie,
Can I answer blue lays for real?
blue eyes,
No, blue lays.
boulets.
Maybe she's French. Bonsoir. Je m'appelle blue lays.
Okay,
Quatrelle.
Baker's trying to make all the women fall in love with him talking like that.
But no, would I ask Krusty on my show? I have told my I need some guests on. It's been a long time since I've guest on my show. No one likes me. That's why.
I'll come on if you want me to, but you don't have to ask nicely.
But no, I told my blogger if she could get me Krusty, Plevin, or Grant, and she said I will quit. I said, but you can't quit because I don't pay you. And she said, I will hurt you. I said, yeah, you'll probably do that. Oh yeah, and Volstom knows Memphis. He goes there all the time.
That's funny. Yeah, Memphis. It's scary in Memphis. I'm not gonna lie. I go from the thank God St. Jude picks us up. They even the security guards at St. Jude because so where we stay is on campus. There's a little 2 hotels on campus that they put you in that they're housing. So we stay there, and then when I was there for 5 months, we had to stay at Ronald McDonald House, but that's like a mile down the road off campus, and they have a shuttle bus that will take you. But some of us were like, well, I'll just walk because I don't want to wait for the shuttle. And when the security guards are like, no, I don't recommend you walk. I'm like, okay, yeah, I think I'll just sit here because that's not going to be fun. So yeah, I went out when I was in Memphis. I went to the zoo. We were there for 5 months by myself with the boys. And I went to the Memphis Zoo, and we went to Graceland, and then I didn't go anywhere. Oh, I went and got a tattoo, and that's about it.
I don't like tattoos.
Really, I have so many. I have 7. I want more. I have my whole foot is done. I'm gonna see if I can.
Don't show feet on the internet. It's gonna get clipped.
But I was just gonna show you my ankle. But I have on my ankle, it's like rosary beads, and then it folds down on top of my foot, and it's a old style compass. Never go out at night. Yeah. And so in the compass, it has the little St. Jude emblem, and then it has my son's MRN number. So, because that's what
I never understood people who got tattoos.
Really? You don't have none? You have none? None. I don't think I know anybody who has none.
I think it's as my mom said, it's only gang members who get tattoos.
Oh, see, I love tattoos. My oldest son, he's got, I don't know, probably 15 or 16 now, and he's working on.
Please tell me he doesn't do that crap they do the young kids now, with the clip art little. Oh, I get a little thing here and a little thing here, and then I do that. Well, and none of it fits together.
They fit together with the sleeve, I guess.
Because it became a thing like 5 years ago or something that I'm getting a little one here and a little one here, and then they'll have like 5 different styles on their forearm.
Yeah, and he's got
it looks like shit.
It's a sun on his elbow.
Oh, that was a gang sign back in the day.
Was it?
Yeah, that was
Crafty Chris has none either.
I can't remember what the sun was, but the spider was, if you had a spider with one spider in it, that was if you unalive someone in, I think, Mexican gang culture. But the sun had some, because I had a buddy of mine who got a sun around his nipple. Weird for a guy. But
my brother, we used to torture each other, and I made him get his nipple pierced one time. And that night he woke me up and he's like, "Take it out, I can't do it."
I had a buddy of mine who gave himself a Prince Albert, and because he didn't have any rings, so he just took out his earring and That got
Oh my
really
god, that
infected.
just sounds painful. So it says the sun tattoo on your elbow generally symbols vitality, strength, and new beginnings.
Yeah, but that's the same with the that Chinese sign that means lion and courage. No, it means wonton soup.
I know, like people with Sanskrit, and they're like, oh yes, it's like all this fancy wording, and I'm like, and it comes up, and it's like, bite me.
Yeah, it's
Off.
we when people ask us about stuff as well, we also say, "Oh, in Danish, yeah, you spell it like this."
That's funny. I have my 10-year-old the other day, he was playing this game, and he's on iPad playing this game, and he said, I heard him say it, and I was like, what did you just say? And he said it was punta, he said, and I was like, don't ever say that word again. I don't want to hear that. He's like, what? Isn't it? He's like, my friend said it. I'm like, don't ever say that word again.
I was sitting and talking on one of my shows, and I tried to say, "Oh yeah, I remember a little Serbian from when I was deployed," and then I said, "Oh, I believe fish is pishka," and people were like, "Oh yeah, that sounds like fish." And then I had a girl from Serbia in chat said, "No, that's not it. Fish in Serbian is riba." I said, "What the hell is pishka?" Well, that's the front pocket of a lady. So I
Oh,
taught my chat how to say push push in Serbian.
oh, I love that. That's funny.
And
I,
so I've been showing this while I sat and say I don't like tattoos. I have a lot of them.
that's
It's
what I was
just
wondering. Like, you have plenty of tattoos. What
yeah.
do you have?
I had have Lady Justice on this arm, and then I have for my time in the military on, and this plane was the first plane, the
Do they
first thing.
require you guys to join the military? Like, you have to do a certain amount of time?
We have draft day, and if you can get you're not good enough, and you can be a conscientious objector, then you'll have to go and take care of kids for a year, or go to prison. Uh, then you have to draw numbers, and if you have between X and Y, you are guaranteed in. If you're between Y and Z, you're potentially in. And uh, so I signed up when I came down there. I signed up and said, because then you'll get to have a say in where you're going. And I said, well, I'm I'm signing up because I want to go play music in the Navy, and
Right.
and then they took me to be a horse soldier because nothing says I like horses like this face. I hate horses, and they wanted me to be a dragoon. Those are the guys who ride horses. Well, only their music band does that, but it's just normal infantry. But I was promised to go to the Navy, and then they put me in the Navy, and then they wanted me to go to the submarines because as a baker, they want good food on the vessels. So they wanted me to go to the submarines, but luckily I've had a lot of ear problems when I was a kid, so I couldn't do the pressure testing. So I got to play music.
I put your link in the chat, so if anybody here doesn't follow Baker, go
I'm
follow.
so close to 18,900. I need 10 more subs, and there's 23 people watching right now. Are you one of them?
I have actually there's 38 watching right now, but there's 15 on X. So we got
Oh, I
20.
don't stream on X.
Yeah,
Elon doesn't pay me, so I don't give him content.
you don't give
You,
him
Elon.
content.
Everyone
Everyone.
started when they started monetizing X. Everyone, oh, I'm going to go over there. I feel like I have a pretty decent group of people following me. I have nowhere near where I can get as much as a cent from the Twits. It's
I
even
love
when I
our group followers here. They're fun.
yeah, but I just whenever I streamed over there, I could see I lost views on YouTube. So I was like, YouTube will pay me $0.001 per view.
Right.
Elon will take 50
Take
bucks from me every month.
And that's about it. Yeah. He's like, no.
So to pay for Elon, I have to get them to YouTube.
Did you hear that? It's just starting to thunder and lightning here. I heard it just cracked outside the window.
Oh, it's 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate you coming on. Thanks for
Yeah,
coming
at
in.
least I come on. Amy, she's like, I'm too big for that show now.
I don't even know where she's at. I didn't even.
She doesn't want to go. She saw. I'll bet you the second I say, "Well, I'm going to go into bed." Oh, I just finished up. Oh, our baker was here. Oh, I wish I'd seen him. Oh, I like that guy. Do you know? He invited me on on his show, and yeah, I couldn't go, sadly. Oh,
Yeah. Did you see the
I
lightning?
saw the lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
The
like
back
lightning.
window. My cats have ruined that stupid thing. I don't know why.
Cats love to kill
we have
blinds.
well, I'm trying to get. We have a back room, like a back area room, and my husband's finishing it up. It was one of the kids' bedrooms. We had to pull up like the carpet and stuff. And right now it's just a storage room. I'm trying to get him to clean it out so I can move the desk in there so I could actually like have a place to sit.
Did you send an invite to the expert?
Where? I'll send it to him.
Do you have Twit Sweats?
Yep.
The expert tweets.
Does he?
Wallstorm is saying I don't think he got an invite. Send him an invite on Discord or on the Twit Sweats. Maybe he. Well, it's only 8:30, so he's not out of bed yet.
Oh, he's not out of bed yet.
Send him an invite. He might come on and.
Of course, yeah. If I'm still, I don't have him.
Then I don't feel so bad when Amy doesn't like me anymore.
Stop!
I thought I was so sweet and be on for like 3 hours with her last week, and now she's just like
hanging out with you. She was
I'm too fancy.
No, she told me, she was like, I love getting in. I enjoyed hanging out with you tonight. I actually was. I didn't know if you were going to come on or not, because that's why I just sent you the link just in case, because I figured if you were.
Well, if I knew that.
Though.
Yeah, I got to bed at 5 in the morning.
Yeah, I was like, I remember you said, oh my God, it's 4 a.m. And I was like, yeah, he probably won't come on tomorrow. It's fine. But I was like, I'll just send it just in case. And then you surprised me, and I was excited. I love getting to know you.
No, but that's the thing. I'm an idiot.
No, you're not.
Well, I do this where people saying, "Hey, can you?" And I'll say, "It's gonna be 2 a.m. in the morning, and I'm tired, and I have things to do." And
yeah,
I've been needing to send some receipts to my accountant for the last week, and I'm like, I'm gonna do it tomorrow when I have more energy. And then tomorrow, when I have more energy, is me sitting up till 4 in the morning just talking about nothing.
Expert.
So
I love you. I love when you guys are on a Friday nights. I think it's fun, like all of you guys and Expert. Just I don't know why. Like all of a sudden one day he was like, "You're my new favorite person," and I was like, "Okay, well, I'll take that."
Yeah, watch out with that, because he'll invite you to Tennessee and give you the vid.
Give me the vid. Did you get COVID when you were there?
They claim I brought it, but I wasn't sick till I got to Tennessee, so I blame them.
So all of you guys, did they pass it around? Is that what happened?
Everyone got. I woke up. I got in Monday. Got in Monday night, and my luggage got in Wednesday morning. And Tuesday was fine. We were just hanging out, relaxing, because we didn't have any meetups or anything. It was just us guys. And then Wednesday we had a meetup at where we go out eating and then go to an arcade, and people can come and meet us.
Said you did it. You did it, Most. He gave him the bid.
No, but then Wednesday night when I got to bed. No, what night? No, that's Thursday night. And then no, that was Wednesday. But then I woke up in the middle of the night. I was just shaking from cold, and I thought, well, it's because you have air conditioning. I'm not used to air conditioning, so I'm just cold because there's so much power on the air conditioner. I couldn't figure out how to shut it off. So I thought, well, that's fine. And then Thursday we spent all day in Dollywood, and that was hard. And you're walking a lot. And when I came home that night, I was like, no, I don't want to, because normally we'll hang out and drink beer on the porch. I was like, no, I'm just going to go to bed. And then I woke up and I was sick as a dog in the middle of the night. I shook so much I couldn't breathe.
Oh my
And I
God.
was like, oh, that's not fun. Imagine me having to go and knock on the door and say, hey, White Rabbit, can you drive me to a hospital? But
I can't breathe. Take me to the hospital.
and then Friday we had the live show, and I spent all day in bed that day. I got out of bed, had my morning twink and morning cup of coffee. I was like, no, I'm gonna go up and lay down. Normally I'm up and about and doing stuff, because I'm not good at taking time off when I'm on vacation. And I was like,
for your vacation when you're done.
yeah, well, it's because the Karen Reed case was going on, and I had people covering it for me, and I like to at least show up.
When I heard you were going to Tennessee, I was like, he's gonna leave when Karen Reed case is happening.
Yeah, luckily I have Marissa who will stream when I don't stream. But I was streaming with Val and Mo as well, so but they were there too, so Marissa really saved our behinds. But then I went back to bed and woke up again at around noon and said, I just feel like crap. And Molstom's wife brought over some medicine, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try that. They thought I had probably some allergic reactions, because there's a lot of stuff there that's not in Denmark.
It was all the beer they didn't let you have because you weren't.
No, I have enough. Well, me and Valhalla doesn't go. We don't thirst when we're together, and that's a good thing. But no, I slept till 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's where we were supposed to leave and go to the live show. So I was just bummed out. Saturday I was okay, and Sunday I flew home. The only thing was, normally I don't sleep well on planes, and I slept all the way from Chicago to Finland, no problem.
Oh my gosh!
And then I was sick as a dog for 3 weeks.
9 hour flight.
9 hour flight.
Yeah.
Well, it's the red eye, so it doesn't matter. And last year I was flying economy all the way, and I'm too big to fly economy, especially when I have to sleep and I can't recline the seat and my back is killing me. So that was so this year I bumped, and now the company paid for it. So thank you all who super chatted me.
Maybe first class.
Well, the bump from economy to premium economy is like 50% more. The bump from premium economy to business class would be maybe the double amount of premium economy. And I don't even think they have first class on those planes I flew with.
People like me who are flying Spirit Airlines because it's $49 or Southwest 49 getaway.
But when I fly to Switzerland, I flew to Switzerland a lot to help my sister take care of her son when he was younger, because he had way more vacation than his parents. So I flew down there. And was that at your house or mine? I was like,
what?
I heard something. I was just hope it wasn't at my house. But no,
when people like screaming. Is that what it was?
I just heard some. Whoop.
It was
maybe I have a ghost.
No, it's probably Liam. It's out in the living room, and you could barely hear him. But
no, but no. When I fly to Switzerland, those 2 hour flights, no problem. I can fly on a shitty seat and where you're sitting like this the entire time. But I can't do that because if we'll get invited back next year, I'll fly to Atlanta and drive up, because that's a 9 hour flight and a 3 hour drive.
Yeah.
The flying these 2 years, last year it took me 28 hours, and this year it took me only 26 hours this year.
I mean, you're bringing COVID and stuff. I don't know if they'll invite you back this time.
No, the White Rabbit said there won't be anyone. There won't be nothing next year. So I'm hoping next year at TurtleCon in Massachusetts.
That would be. I think he needs to have his own. Honestly,
it's way more work than people think. It's so easy to say you should just make a con. Yeah, but how? You have to rent out space. You have to contact people. You have to make sure they don't butt fuck you. You have to. Well, maybe if you like to be butt fucked. It's so easy to say.
Like it, I guess.
Well, it's his birthday sometimes, but no, it sounds cool that he does. Is it tonight he's having his stand-ups, or well, his show with Andy Bev?
What?
They're having a live show. Is that tonight?
Aiden or for
Yeah,
what?
Aiden and Andy Bev is at,
Deb, it's when is it? It's not tonight. The tickets just went on sale yesterday, or for general public yesterday, and before that was pre-sale. So
okay.
What day is it? Auntie Deb actually went and he said he had to go look and check out the sign because Joel from STS was trying to get it canceled.
Yeah, that's
September 12th.
I saw he was on the twit again. September 12th.
Yeah. At the Wilbur. And Aiden said he's gonna try to get it live streamed somehow to where you can like do pay-per-view.
Yeah. But that's the thing is stuff like that. Just doing that takes a lot of energy, and he's already swamped. So that's
I don't
why.
know how he does what he does half the time.
No, but I think he kind of have the same thing like I do. Whenever someone says, "Oh, you need to rest," you say, "Yeah, I really do," and then 5 minutes later, you're sitting there.
Well, my mama always said I'll rest when I'm dead.
Yeah, but we're just gonna die faster when we work this much. Like sitting up every night till 5 in the morning. But I don't know. Have you ever looked into that CrimeCon thing that he? I don't get it.
Not CrimeCon. I've never not in that one. I mean, like, so there is like the Comic Cons, but they have like the Supernatural ones for the Supernatural show. Like I watched those. I haven't gone to them, but my nephew goes to like a lot of the Comic Cons and stuff. Because my nephew's really into anime and like dressing up and that stuff for characters.
I just tried to look into it last year because they were talking about us going to the States, and there has been kind of where the law tubers were meeting up at the Anime Matsuri for some years, and maybe that could be a way. So if you're a fan of multiple, you could meet. If you could kind of talk to someone. So I thought, oh, that CrimeCon, what is that? And I looked at it and do they know who the true crime audience are?
Yeah, like I would be afraid. I mean, I know like, so Colby Ryan, which is Lori Vallow's son, I watch his podcast. Him and Ray, who was the detective in Idaho on the case, they've become like super close. They're going to be at CrimeCon, they said last night.
Yeah, but
$400 a day.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And I know, yeah, it's expensive to rent houses, and that's not. They need higher prices to cover because there's less people going. But go look at who is advertising there. Go looking who have booth there. I can't figure out what audience they're talking to. Are they talking to people who are in law enforcement or law enforcement adjacent? Are they talking to people who are into true crime, or are they talking to podcasters? I can't figure out what the feel of the show is, and that's the thing. I have a really hard time.
Let's see, guests and creators. So we'll say the speakers.
Yeah, remember to switch it to the next screen that you're watching, because when you open a new one, it doesn't show on this one.
Hold on. I forgot that I did that. Okay. Share this one. There we go.
Oh, Ice-T. I
know. Ice-T's there.
Yeah, I really want to hear Ice-T about his true crime. I wouldn't want to. Can you put it on full screen? I can hardly read it.
Yeah, hold on. Not what I meant to do. There you go. Is that better?
Yes.
All right. Ashley Banfield's there.
Don't know. who that is.
She's on News Nation.
Don't know what that is.
She was with, what is her show called? I like her. She's not like the what Julie Grant from Court TV at all. She's pretty down to earth. You know who Brian Enton is? He's
Nope.
He's a news reporter, and he kind of goes. He's for News Nation, but he lives in Florida, but he goes all over the place. But he was really into the Brian Koberger case, and he like got with all the family. He really knew all the family and was interviewing all the families there. So
I think Zach would like Detective
that's
Dan.
right there. That's Brian Enton, right here.
Doesn't say anything. But if you go back up,
Annie Elise is there.
don't know who that is.
With
Detective Dan.
from 10 to Light. She was with who?
Detective Dan is someone for Zach if you just take out the middle part of his specialty.
Small town dicks. Small dicks. That's funny. So Nate Eaton, he's from East Idaho News. He did the Lori Vallow.
Yeah, I would be interested. I would be interested in him. I know that name.
Yeah,
and Brian Enton, I like him from the Koberger thing.
Yeah, I like his. He's been doing a lot more. Even just recently, you hear Koberger's complaining he's getting, treated bad. Oh, look, Nancy Grace is there.
Yeah, instantly never. And Julie Grant, go F yourself, you.
Oh, I blocked her on X. I can't stand her.
She blocked me, so.
I've been blocked by Chris Hansen's there. I've been blocked by so many people that like from Anti-Karen Read before I even knew who they were. I was like, what? So this is Ray right here, Ray Hermosillo. He's from Idaho. He worked on the case for Lori Vallow up there for the kids finding her in the backyard. So he's going with Lori Vallow's son up there.
I'm just looking at this, and I've only been in this field for
Derek
3 years.
Here.
I don't know.
I watched him on Big Brother before I watched him on anything to do with crime.
I don't know who it is.
I
know Ice-T, and I know Brian Easton, and I know Eden.
You know who Chris Hansen was, right?
Nope.
Chris Hansen does To Catch a Predator. This one right here.
Don't know who that is.
So what he does is he sets up stings.
Yeah, I know he set up stings to, but I've never watched it.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here and going through it.
A lot of these people I don't know. I know who Rachel Juarez. She's a judge. She goes on with Omar a lot, so I know who she is.
But would you pay $400 a day to go see these people talk?
No, not for these people. Not for who I've seen on here so far.
And that's the thing. I can't figure out who they are trying to get because what
Edition? Like what?
Don't know what that is.
It's just a random TV show. It's a news rag. It's a news magazine kind of thing on TV. Stupid.
But I'm just, again, you have the biggest 3 cases in America this year. I know Joe Petito.
Yeah, you got Gabby Petito's stepmom and dad.
But you have Karen Read, you have Koberger, and you have Daybell. They have been the 3 biggest cases.
That's Colby. That's Lori Vallow's oldest son.
That could be interesting, but again, I just can't see $400 worth of content in these, and maybe it's because I don't watch the stuff I'm supposed to watch.
Then there's Gabby Petito's mom and stepdad. Yeah, but I mean, like, honestly, there's not enough people here that I would pay out that much money to go see. Like, I don't care about Jesse Weber from Law and Crime. Like, I get enough of him on there.
John Wall. Because hey guys, Have
Yeah.
you ever bought a soda at night? You could potentially be part of a lawsuit.
That's
If
right.
you, I
He
hate
likes
that.
and I hate that they do Morgan and Morgan is like their person. It's one of
I
the
don't.
ones that they
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I've heard it,
Morgan
but
and
I'm just
Morgan is a
aggrieved.
law firm that started here in Florida and is now expanded across the United States. My sister worked for John Morgan's, the owner, John Morgan. Him and his wife started it. But my sister worked for John Morgan's brother. He's a dentist. Hold on, my cat is like trying to open the door. Hold on 2 seconds. And so my sister and my cousin both worked there. So, oh, thank you.
Does she know we can't hear her when she's yelling at the other room?
Sorry. My I have a cat that opens doors, but he can't open my door because the way it's too hard, it holds on too tight in my bedroom door. But so what was I saying? I totally slipped out of my mind. Yeah, I wouldn't pay to go see all those people. Honestly, there's nobody there. If Karen Reed, like members of the families of Koberger's family was there, I would go see Colby. I like watching Colby on his stuff. He's actually just he had so a year and a half ago or January of 2024, I had a TIA, a mini stroke myself. And I was having like random seizures, things like that. So they believe that all of those signs are neurological signs that point towards lupus, and my mom had lupus, so I'm in testing for that now. But Colby was having he had a mini stroke in the middle of the night, and he ended up going running, and they have what's called like it's like the desert flu or something like that, where they're outside, and because the sand is like in the air in Arizona, you breathe it in when you're running or outside playing or things like that, and you can get like he got fungal meningitis. So instead of like
God.
not bacterial and not viral, he got fungal meningitis, and it's all around his brain, and he has to fight that off. And I know that that's going to be a lot. Bob and Allie are there. I didn't go to the creators section yet. I just went to the, let's see.
There's nothing in the creator section. That's just you can pay money to sit on the creator section. I'm trying to find the price. Where's the price? Because
sign up. Let's see.
I'm just trying to figure out how much the VIP.
They're ridiculous. Here we go. Let's see.
It doesn't say. Does it go in shop?
Can you see it?
The platinum VIP, $1,800. Are you?
No, there ain't nobody there worth $1,800.
You better get me a blowjob and a handy if I'm paying that much money, and I don't want both of them from Nancy Grace.
Nancy Grace is not allowed to touch you.
Well, she can sit in the corner.
So it's extremely limited though, and it's the best way to personalize your experience. I mean, you have a Sunday pass for $109, Saturday $200, Friday is $129. Think of that right there. You're paying what, $100, $300, $400, $500 to get in with taxes.
Yeah, that's why you take the standard one for $400. But then again, standard bucks, all access experience to everything CrimeCon has to offer, except for VIP only sessions. But if you buy the day passes, you can't get into the VIP and separately ticketed events. So, but you get with the platinum package, I have it up here. You get a private meet and greet, an experience you will remember for a long time. Your platinum concierge will work to arrange for a short private meeting with a guest or creator of your choice for pictures and autograph. Meet and greet fast track lane. This might be the best perk of all. Platinum VIPs has access to special fast track lane, which offers priority access to the primary meet and greet room. Using this lane saves hours over the weekend, allowing you to get back to the session faster. Private platinum check-in. You'll visit our private Platinum VIP lounge for event check-in. Once there, you'll meet your concierge and have a private check-in experience. Note that this only applies to Friday morning check-in. If you utilize early registration, the lounge is unavailable. Platinum Lounge. Platinum VIPs has access to the exclusive Platinum Lounge. With so few attendees at this level, you can be assured of an exclusive area stocked with coffee, tea, soft drinks, water, and light breakfast and snacks throughout the day. Limited edition signed program. We'll get as many guests and creators as possible to sign the official CrimeCon program. They'll make the perfect keepsake for remembering your experience. Private merchandising ordering. Oh, you're paying money to spend money. I love that. I should
yeah.
have that as a gift here. You can buy my merch at the same price, just faster. Don't waste time waiting in line for merch when you could be in session instead. Only Platinums have access to a private merchandise ordering station in the lounge. Orders will be picked and packed by our staff and delivered to the lounge for you to pick up a few hours later.
That just doesn't sound fun to me. I don't.
For as low as the price of admission at Dollywood, this year you could have gotten to spend time with the expert, Volstorm.
Those are the people. That's the people I want to hang out with. You guys. I don't want to hang out with people that are in that list. I want to hang out with all the creators that I watch and talk to.
But again, if we, the expert, Volstorm, the Dictionary Diva, the White Rabbit, Valhalla, Shizzy Wisnot, Mo in the Deep End,
Angela,
me,
you,
Ralphie, people you have met or can watch or on shows regularly.
right?
We just walk around and talk, and there's nothing like, excuse me, we have talked for 5 minutes. If you want to talk to me more, and you don't have the VIP package, I think we have to see some monetary exchanges here.
I know. How much do I owe you for tonight? I mean, we're at 9 o'clock.
Oh, we have that.
So
I talked to Amy last week that you only get one free and then it's going rates. But
okay.
I
I'll
don't
right now. Make sure I pay for.
Yeah,
time.
but I'm trying to not because of today's blow up. I'm not talking about that. I have that $1,000 rate a day. So.
Oh, okay. Well,
because I want to be that.
I'll just email you and we'll figure out what.
Well, Amy already have my routing number from last week, so she can just transfer it again.
Okay, cool. I will do that. We'll make sure you're compensated for your time.
That's the only reason why I go on channels is to make money. It's not like I like doing this. Come on now, it's 3 a.m. No, but I'm sitting here thinking, what the hell are people paying $1,800 for? And I know you want to meet these personalities, but they're not personalities.
I'd rather pay my mortgage.
But go talk to Julie Botox.
I don't even. It drives me fucking batty. I don't even like watching her shows.
I can't watch her show. She's annoying.
Yeah, and then it's got. Dude, Mary, you don't understand how expensive Baker is. Like, I am paying him a lot of money today to be here. Okay?
I'm just saying she could go behind 7-Eleven's dumpster and find a guy who could sit here for way less.
Give her the discount. Thank you, Wallstrom. At least
they got the discount last. This is the second time around, so no discount on the second trip. That is a grifter. That's why I'm wearing the grifter merch.
I'm paying a lot of money for him to hang out with me tonight, guys. You have to.
You can also buy a friend, bakermediadk@gmail, and going rates.
Oh my god! So I was telling.
I'm gonna get so much flack because I'm overtired and I say shit like this, and people are thinking, "Oh, he's real. Oh, he's like the other person who said they need money to go on Runkel's show." What?
I heard that. I was like, "Oh gosh." Yeah. if Ian Runkle invited me on, I'd be like, yeah, I'll pay you. I'll pay you to come on your show. Let me come hang out with you.
He was so nice. He invited me on for his fundraiser.
I love him.
And he's just when he comes on. I've had him on only. Have I had him on once or twice? But these are people I adore. Those are the people. No, because I don't bake enough that $1,000 worth of yeast would survive.
They're talking you down for 80% discount for me.
Well, sadly, it's Kelly, not Kelly, who's handling the finances. It's Amy, and Amy did this when she found out I was on the show. So,
so it's full charge, full price, no discount for me.
There's gonna be some exchange rates and stuff added on in the back end.
We got to make sure the conversion rate fits and make sure you're getting the right amount, because that conversion rate will screw you every time.
That's when every time they did that. Oh, you're getting paid to talk about Karen Reed. I said, yeah, and I'm really mad because I was supposed to get $1 million, and I believe it was $1 million, but they paid me $1 million Danish. That's a big difference. I lost like $4.5 million on that deal, so
you're like, didn't come out equal. I don't think so. Amy's been fired. Shooter has fired Amy from the finance department. She doesn't even know she's fired yet.
Well, I hope.
Rock, paper, scissors. Can we try that? I love that the chat's trying to.
Because I can only lose on it. So either I'll keep what I have, or I'll lose 80%. That's kind of like, do you want to lose your right or your left nut? None of them,
I love
please.
that my chat's trying to talk you down in price. Like, come on, just a little bit lower. Just give her a discount.
Yeah, it's.
I think it's funny.
I'm too tired now. Else I would be in Canva and say going rates, invoice, and stuff like that.
Well, you charge me, but then I won't. I don't charge you though, so I'll come on your show for free. So it'll be good.
Yeah, but I'm a big channel. You need to kind of.
I know. I'm trying to ride your coattails. Okay. I have to get big somehow.
Yeah, but that's how I did it. I just drifted off of other people. I had not a creator, so I'm not gonna start any creator beef. And everything before this was a joke. Come on now, we can laugh at people.
He's not charging me at all.
I had a person who reached out to me, and I can't even remember what set it off, but it was like, with all I have done for you to make your channel what it is, don't you think that blah blah something? And I was, what?
Like, what?
It's one of those people who unsolicited sent you an email and said, have you seen this? Yes, I covered it 2 days on my channel. Yeah, I thought it would be perfect for you. Yeah, I already covered it. Did it? Yeah, but I don't do stab your days anymore because I get up on the expert show and then I sleep all day long.
That's on my show on Saturday nights.
Yeah. No, it's and I was like, I owe you something? Yeah, for all I do. I was like, how many of my 60-hour weeks have you done for me? I feel my butt is kind of sore because I sit here so much. I haven't seen you do it.
I think that's what I love about you, Baker. You are like the only one that had the stream the other, like 2 weeks ago, whatever, and you sent it to me. Like Tommy asked if he could do it. You were just handing it to everybody, like you were helping out, and you didn't have to do that. Like, there's no. You could have been like, no, watch mine. Bring all your people here, and you totally. You're very sweet with your time and what you do. And like the other day when I was like, I could have called Norfolk, but I was in a hurry, and I was like, let's see if Baker has it. I know he has it because he's probably undoing it. And then you just sent it to me, and I'm like, thank you. You came in clutch.
The only thing that was a little annoying was the 40th time people are saying, send it to Melanie Little. I don't have a DM to Melanie Little. I don't have a Discord to Melanie Little.
Oh, you told her, email me.
And I did that the last time everyone was asking me for it. It's more that there was like 45 people asking. And when I said, yes, make her send me an email, because I'm running a show and I don't have time to go in and see, oh, what the fuck is her email? Do I have her email? Um, so the easiest thing is her just pinging me with an email, and I can send it right back. Or I've asked her if it happens again, to I have one where my mod has access to, so she can just send it to that one.
Right.
And I don't. And then people got a little up in arms that, well, maybe her audience shouldn't go into my chat and ask. I don't care. It's fine. I don't think she sent people over to harass my chat to get it, because she was probably scrambling because it didn't work.
Yeah.
So that's fine. But people wanted her to have it, and I understand people. Some like the mother, some like the daughter. That's how it is. You don't like all creators, and you want to watch it with your favorite creator. So am I? Is it skin off my back if I have 10 people more watching, or is it better to just try and help each other out? And then maybe someday when she's on vacation, or there's a case someone is asking her because she's doing the Adelson, and they want to have that guy who stabulated 45 people in a circus while riding a unicycle, and they say, well, you can go watch it with Baker, he's covering it.
Yeah.
I'm just, I think that what is the saying, tide rises all ships, or something like that. That
Yeah.
if we work together, instead of doing this shit where, oh, you're getting a little bit bigger than me now, or you are covering the same as me, or we all have to fight. And I don't think it's
Yeah.
necessary, because
Well, and that's the thing. Like Amy and I, we do this for fun. This is my escape, so I don't have to think about Liam's medical issues or calling and fighting IEPs and doctors like I have all week. And so for us, this is an escape, and that's why like I'm fine with our 29 people, watching us from between the two. We got 12 in here from YouTube. We got 17 from X. Like, I'm fine with that. I love our little group. Our whole group they watched the Karen Reed trial with us, and we had a blast. I mean, we had talking about people in bushes, and I mean, they're just ridiculous. And we would just laugh. We knew the same people were coming in every day. It was just a little group of us. So
and that's how I started out. I started out watching trials with 5 people, and then it became 7 people, and then it became 10 people.
yeah,
And what I have tried to keep the entire time is remembering that I was once a channel with 45 subscribers, who one day, because I sat in a chat, had a guy say, hey, oh, you're in Denmark, I want to know about the Danish system. And I went on there, and he said, hey, you speak okay English. You should try and do some of this in English. Do you want to do a trial stream with me? Yeah. And now he's retired out of YouTube, and builds Legos with Valhalla, with a channel that has a fifth of my
is that the one that
subscription.
Turtle Boy went on
Yeah,
recently, where they built the Legos and
yeah,
talked? That was kind
and
of cool. I like that.
yeah, and I was on right after Turtle Boy was on the next Saturday, I think, and they've helped me out in the beginning, and gave me some good advice, and I have tried to remember that thing that he did for me, which was, if someone come knocking who's smaller, and you can do I'll do. And no, I shouldn't. Well, one of the trade secrets is, if you don't really know people and you don't know how it goes, you'll say, I can give you about half an hour, because timing and stuff like that. And you'll see how it is. And then if it works, you can stay for 5 hours if you want to do that, but you can also leave after half an hour if it really does work. Have
Right.
I been on some dots? Yes. But I'm always willing to say, okay, can I fit it into my schedule? I really can't today, because I have a massage in 7 hours, and I haven't slept since
2 days ago.
it feels like it. But you're two funny girls, and are you gonna be the next Emily D. Baker? Probably not. Am I? No. But Does it matter? No. Is it okay that when you're talking to, I don't know, Johnny, who has a channel or who's really into true crime, and you say, "Hey, Baker is actually a kind of a good guy." Yeah, why shouldn't I help you have a channel? The thing I don't get is all the backstabbing because someone is getting a little more popular than you. Because if I started attacking, I'll use Valhalla because he doesn't mind I use him because he knows it's not real. If I started attacking Valhalla to try and grow my channel, the drama would work for a week, but I
Right.
wouldn't grow my audience because I would only get the people who hate Valhalla. And when I switch off the drama with Valhalla, they don't want to be there.
Right.
And I'm gonna lose a buddy who I could work with now and again. I just don't get this creator envy where you need all this fucking drama. Find something else. I'll bake a cake. I'll build a Lego. I'll paint. I'll sit and talk for an hour about how stupid Harry Potter is, and how you can only watch Star Wars if you hate democracy because the Rebel Alliance is against a duly elected emperor. How Rose is the biggest villain in the universe because she took a poor man and used him as a smack slave and then killed him in the end. There was
She,
room enough
there was
on
room
that.
on that door. I shared something on Facebook the other day, and it was her, and she was on some talk show. It was like one of those night talk shows, and he's like, "Let's reenact it," and she's like, "There was room on the door, I promise." And she's like, "Get up here, pull up." I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" I tell people all the time, like, it's kind of like Dirty Dancing with nobody puts baby in the corner. There's always room on the door, Rose. Move over, Rose.
Yeah, Rose is the worst person.
I think
And Dumbledore is a close number second because he's blatantly cheating Slytherin out of winning the House Cup 2 years in a row
yep.
by making up new rules. Oh, Harry Potter. Oh, he deserves to win it. No, he didn't. He broke the rules. Slytherin is the real winner. And
But wasn't Harry Potter's dad like part of Slytherin?
no, he was also a Gryffindor.
A Gryffindor?
So was his mother, but Snape was a Slytherin.
Snape was Slytherin.
But
Okay.
they cheat Slytherin out of winning the House Cup twice because Dumbledore makes up stupid new rules. Hey, Harry Potter could tie his shoes. 50 points. I hate them cheaters.
That isn't that how it works though? I mean, come on. So
No.
coming.
But no, that's what I do. If I don't have any content, I'll do an hour talking about that.
Baby, come here. You want to meet Baker? I make my husband watch you all the time, Baker. This is my husband. Hi.
How are you?
I am fine. I'm tired and I need to go to bed.
I bet you are
He's been
tired.
saying he's going to bed for like an hour, but I have to pay him for his time.
Oh,
So I get
well,
to keep him as long as I want.
It was worth it, I'm sure.
Yeah, the super chats has been rolling in. I'm such a
yeah.
moneymaker.
Because we get so many super chats. We're not even monetized for that.
No.
We don't have super chats. We just, like, people are like, oh, you got green back, and they're freaking out about that. I'm like, you guys are happy we got memberships. We didn't even want to turn those on. So
Well, I there's people saying, well, well, you do have to pay some expenses running a YouTube channel. So because that was, I don't like it if you have a guest on who gives you time for free and you say, well, I will only answer questions X amount or up. I'll try. Of course, you'll see the super chats because the system stores them. But I'll try and look if that's a really good question from Noodles Mom. I'm gonna ask the guest this one. But some will do that one where you will say, and that Ricada back in the day when he had like 100,000 people watching, he said, I can only do the 20 and up right now, and the rest must wait. I can understand that because I think my biggest stream I've ever had was the first panel stream I had where I had, I think, 10,000 people, and it just went woof. So you can't see all the questions, but
yeah.
I don't mind drifting because I need to get a new PC right now. That's gonna be roughly 3 months of YouTube income I have to put into that one.
for
So
for see?
yeah, for a new PC.
Yeah. Well, I use a Mac. I use a Mac laptop. So
That's the shit.
I mean, but I got mine through. So my son has my kid. Both my boys have. The state of Florida has scholarships for unique abilities. Especially, so both of my 10, 11-year-old, even though Declan, I don't believe it with Declan, but they both have an autism diagnosis, and so the unique ability scholarship will pay for homeschooling, or so they get up to $10,000 a year from the time they're 3, and we can pay for sensory stuff. They have like a whole different catalog, and you can get every 2 years you can get a new computer, a new laptop, a new TV, an iPad. You can have one of each for every
Oh,
two
that's
years
nice.
but I try not to do that, of course. And now that when I was homeschooling, I did that, and I got the computers and stuff through the boys' school. But because I would use it for Declan my friend would teach him online, so he would do virtual school through the state, but he would do it on Zoom with her, so she would go over it. So I didn't have to teach him because I knew that's not my strong suit,
Yeah.
And with Liam, it's more just like we would do little kindergarten things because Liam's 11, but he's developmentally delayed. So his was easier and more sensory with him. Like with COVID, we used a lot of stuff on COVID to buy Liam sensory things. Like we turned our whole house into like OT pretty much. He had like swings in there and living room and stuff like that. He sits on he has a big sit and spin for kids that are like up to 150 pounds, and he gets going like super fast and he just cracks up. But but with now I pay for their school with it. So like they both attend private school, and Declan's his 10,000 goes straight to his school. It pays everything, and then Liam's. That's why I'm fighting for his IEP and the numbers on that right now, because I need 1 point in a score for him to go up and get to get the highest level of scholarship, and it will pay for his entire school because his school is like $27,000 a year. And right now he only gets 20. It's only 21 is what he qualifies for. But if I get that 1 point, I'll get 36,000. I'll be able to pay for his school. Like I don't get the money; it stays in like an account.
Yeah. It just pays for so you don't have to do it.
So
Yeah.
the school will bill him, and I'll just hit approve, and it'll go to him. And so, but Liam's school is like there's 5 kids, 2 teachers, and an OT, and he loves his school. He has so much fun, and they're all either autistic or special needs in certain ways. Some might have G tubes, things like that. And then Declan goes to a whole other school. His is more of a just a regular private school, and they only got 12 kids per class, and they both can go through high school in both schools.
We had that we made actually a friend of mine, she made she ended up in our national parliament, and she got a law through that I actually, the implementation of it, I'm kind of annoyed but that even special needs should have education, so you could they would have to make like an education plan. This is what we're going to do with you this year. So kind of like, okay, everyone has to go to school, but it ended up because again, we live in a socialist country, so we have enough people who can read all the laws. So people who are so severely handicapped that maybe what they can be trained to do is turn their head. They will still have people to come teach them Danish, English, like a normal school, wasting a ton of resources for people who will never ever understand anything, instead of using it for better healthcare for those people.
Well, that's why I like thought the scholarship, because it's the same.
But I'm just, it makes no sense. What I had a buddy of mine who worked with people with special needs, and he was not trained. He was just like a helper, and he had one guy who he couldn't say one word. He was he couldn't use. He had no use of his body. He was he
Like
was
a
paralyzed from the neck
paralyzed.
down, and he spent his whole day drooling. And the only thing, because he would get agitated, the only thing that worked was taking walks out into the park around the. He lived in an assisted living facility, and these teachers, because there was a law saying he must have
Okay.
school teaching, they came. They came every morning and said, "Okay, today we're gonna have Danish. So this is an A," and then he would start losing his mind because he didn't understand that, and he got annoyed every time there were new people. So my buddy, he spent his entire day pushing him around in the park, and these three teachers who was just sitting in there drinking coffee for a full day. That was
They get
it's
paid
so
for it.
stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the state says everyone must have it,
So with
but
Liam, I homeschooled Reason because hey, equal parts. With Liam, COVID hit and he was on what do you call it? He would hit or COVID hit, he was on chemo. And so his immune system was shot.
yeah,
And so we were literally stuck in this house for 400 days, except to go to chemo. And there's certain months that they didn't even do chemo because they wanted his system to build up resistance to it. And so we had a really hard time with that. And I will tell you, as a mom of special needs, like him going to the school that I found for him is the best school for him. They do adaptive PE, so they literally go out and they try to teach him to kick a soccer ball, and they do those things so Liam can go out and have fun. Like I've never seen, besides Declan, Liam has never really played with another kid, and he'll pay attention to Declan, that's it. But now he actually has a friend at school who he waits for her, and they hold hands and they run around like the track together, and it's so
yeah.
cute to see, or she's like, Liam, she's so happy when he gets there. So
But that's the good thing. But I just think there's so many resources wasted because there's this bureaucratic. Hey, we have this rule, yeah, but it doesn't make sense to a person who's paralyzed all over the place and has. I I had a case once where I got up there and we were told there's 79 charges. Most of them is assault. And okay, in your head you're going in and this must be some gangbanger or someone. And there was no defendant in the courtroom when we came in, and that's normally they'll sit with the defense attorney, and they rolled in a guy who has a non-measurable IQ, but they believe it to be less than 20. And that was because every time he got agitated, he did this, and sometimes he would hit his helpers, and you have to note it in a book. And the one who had him at that assisted living, if she could get him bounced up to being dangerous, she gets more funding. So him doing this, and every guard who got hit, because they have to note it, said no, he was just frustrated, and we just had to talk him down, and there was no
Right.
he was never violent. And then they had him for indecent exposure because
Yeah.
they walked into his room. When you have that low IQ, you are very
Yeah, they don't know.
no, and you only have your basic urges that you rely on. So he did
Yeah.
a lot of this, and we said no, you walked into his room. And if you're living at an assisted facility, you will own it because, or you'll rent it because the state will pay for it, but it's
It's your,
technically yours. It's like an apartment. So we said, well, you walked into his premises, so if he's sitting, you
yeah,
close the door again and come back 5 seconds later. That's a you problem.
yeah.
But
That's not a problem. That's your problem. I
so
mean, that's the thing. Like that's what I'm fighting for with Liam. Like the reason the school doesn't want to give me, the public school has to do his IEP, even though he goes to private school. So the school system for the county has to do his IEP. I'm fighting them for that one point so that they can give me funding for the private school, but they don't want me to because they want me to put him in public school so they can keep the funding.
yeah.
So it's just, I mean, I've spent all week on the phone just fighting with them
Yeah, but
yelling.
we made the same rules when I was in the school and kids subcommittee, and we had that inclusion because we had, okay, special needs go to a special needs school, and then we'll try and those who are borderline, will try and keep them in the school. But then they made a rule saying, no, unless you are so special need that you really can't do anything, you need to get into the normal classes. And it has wrecked them because there's no extra funding, there's no extra teachers, and all of a sudden you have all these people who are severely ADHD or
I
autism.
have a child like mine who elopes and takes off running.
Yeah, my daughter was told she had a classmate, and my daughter is, I don't know how she got it. She's a smart kid. Um, she's not dumb like that, but she was always ahead of everything. So her teacher put her next to a kid who probably should have been on a special needs school. And my daughter was just starting doing the work they were supposed to do, and he was just stand up and walk out. So my daughter was like, "Well, fuck that." Made her stuff, turned it over to the teacher, and the teacher said, "You can't turn it over till he turns his over." I said, "Well, that's not a me problem.
Yeah,
That's a
not
you
fair to
problem."
her as a student.
Yeah, well, you can go get him. I said, "No." I ended up calling the school and said, "Sorry."
What a paraprofessional sport.
Yeah, but at that time I was actually in teacher college, so I said, "Hey, by the way, I saw base pay for a school teacher is this. So if we just divide it out by this many hours a month or a week, and my daughter has this many hours with this teacher, you owe her this amount of money." They were like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "If my daughter has to be a teacher for some kid because your teacher won't do their job, she has to run around, find them to be able to turn in her paperwork, you have to pay her a salary. If she's a student at your school, she's going to be a student. If she's a teaching assistant, she needs to get paid."
Right.
Well, it's to teach her responsibility. Said, "You don't teach my daughter responsibility. As long as she's turning in her shit at time and it's correct, she's doing what she's supposed to do.
Yep.
Whatever that kid does, that's your problem."
Yeah, you can't put that, and you can't put that on a kid. I mean,
Well, it's the
I feel
fifth grade.
bad with Declan. I mean, Declan's 10, and I call him the little big brother because he's so empathetic though. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that one day he was like, "Oh, my friend May's here." We went to his school for some like art show or something. He's like, "My friend May's here," and go out, and he goes out running to hug her, and I come out, and she has Down syndrome. He's talked about May for the whole school year, and I never knew she had Down syndrome because that's not what he sees. He sees her because he's been around Liam his whole life, you know?
Yeah.
So,
And that's the beauty. That's the beauty about kids. They'll there's some people say, if they, this guy's weird, and they were like, "Oh, you can't say that." Well, they find him weird, but they will instantly love them if they spend time with them and they think, "Oh, he's really fun."
oh yeah, Declan gravitates towards the special needs kids, I think.
Yeah.
More.
And kids are wonderful that way. We had a program on Danish television where you followed. In the beginning, it was like a group of special needs, and then it turned into they followed two guys who both of them had Down syndrome, and I think that shaped my generation and probably the next generation to be way more acceptable because it was these two lovable fellas, and they had these sound bites everyone would go say because they say some stupid stuff, but they are so good-hearted, so good-natured, and so friendly. And
They
I
really
think
don't see bad in people.
no, one of them sadly passed away. Well, that's probably like 7 or 8 years ago. And my daughter called me and said, "Oh, did you see he passed away?" I said, "You know them?" I said, "Yeah, of course we do." And so my daughter's generation know them as well because they just became big sensations because they are just instantly lovable. And I just hate it when people are doing that. Well, they're just like the rest of us, they should do the same. No, it's okay that say they should have some special things that because they can't they can't sit in a classroom like the
Yeah.
rest of us, and
Well, and
you need
Declan has grown up in the hospital, you know, like
yeah
because we've been there so much with Liam, and to him when he sees a little kid with cancer, he doesn't look at him as a kid with cancer. He looks at him as he's just hanging out and playing with his friend, you know. So for him, it's no difference, and it's nice. It's as a mom, I enjoy seeing him grow like that. It's a cool thing.
Yeah, and kids can teach us a lot about forgiveness and acceptance.
A lot of people on X can learn about it.
That's what I'm going to end with saying. And those people who are on X right now, still fighting a stupid fight they started 10 hours ago. Outside most houses, unless you live in hell on earth, Sweden, or the made up places of Arizona and Australia, there's grass. If you just go out and touch it.
Yep.
And if you don't like a person, you don't have to talk about a person. And if you think a person did you wrong, but it's not that important.
It's called scroll. Just keep scrolling.
I have this idea where if a creator fucks me over or I feel like they're idiots, I just don't talk about them. And I just don't.
They don't exist anymore.
No, and if they go on a stream and where I'm invited, I'll do the penguins of Madagascar.
I'm talking to you.
No, I'll be nice and smile and wave, boys, like the penguins of Madagascar, and then I'll just leave soon after. And you don't have to fight everything on Twitch Sweat. I know you get all the sympathy from your viewers saying, "Yeah, she was a dick," but tomorrow there'll be 5 people saying, "Was it really necessary?"
Yeah.
And with that thought in mind, and now I'm gonna get shit on for making drama. I'm gonna leave,
never.
And so Amy can come on and join you for the show.
I appreciate you coming. I mean, I'm gonna head out anyway. I have to go help get the boys their meds for dinner for bedtime. So.
Yeah, so Amy, you can do the next 2 hours. I'm leaving now.
Well, I thank you for coming on. I enjoyed getting to know you. It was a lot of fun.
Well, not anytime because then you're just gonna send me a link
every
next
Saturday
week.
night, 7 p.m. That's where you're at.
I can't do that every single Saturday. I'm
teasing you.
I need some sleep. Yeah, but the worst part is I've enjoyed that, and then I'm like, I'll just do an hour of sleep, and then I'll go off and do 1 hour, and now it's 2.5 hours later.
I know, but you're easy to talk to, and I really had a fun time, and I love learning.
Because I'm easy. Just ask all the girls who don't want me.
As he leaves. That was the way to leave right there. All right, guys. Thanks to Baker for hanging out. He was so much fun. I really enjoyed talking to him and getting to know him. Love all you guys in the chat. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. And we will talk to you later. Bye.
How am I supposed to say that? Talk time with Amy in Boston and Kelly. Time with Amy, Boston and Kelly. Talk 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 time with Amy, Boston and Kelly is a member, y'all. Is a member, y'all, to the Gene Deal Show. Talk time with Amy in Boston and Kelly. Talk time with Amy, Boston and Kelly. Talk time with Amy, Boston and Kelly is a member to the Gene Deal Show. Oh, thank you for your membership. Talk time with Amy and Boston and Kelly on the Gene.